If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it. Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof. I always wanted him. I never hated him. I never traded him. And if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what? What is a star? Like another city, the driver's side floor. Gucci get large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, cute as could be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Hey, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Hello, Leroy.
I'm still exhausted.
Why?
I had to do the thing.
The thing.
Open house.
Oh, how did that go? You hobnobbed? Everybody wanted to hobnob with old Leroy Horde?
Dude. Like, first of all, you ever get convinced to go somewhere behind the disguise of everybody's going to be there?
Uh-huh.
And then you go in the classroom because, you go to different class and there's 3 people in there.
3 different, like, parents or 3 different, like, teachers?
Parents.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, and then you got to get the whole syllabus of the class.
Of course.
30 minutes.
Man.
I'm like,
you guys do it early. Usually the open house is like they usually warm it up. They do it like 3 weeks in at
oh, really?
Yeah, it takes a little bit. They let everybody get settled in. And
well,
then,
I think one of the reasons why they do it early is because it's a technical school and you start off doing a lot of the stuff that they explain, like when you take some teacher class or whatever, you go and work with kids.
Gotcha.
And stuff like that. And you do it right away, once a week. So you don't kind of ease into it because it's all about, like, to get certifications, it's about the hours.
Sure.
It's not necessarily how they do it in high school. So it's a little bit different. I did pick up something there. Along with my daughter was shocked that we did, one of the teaching classes and went to one of the classes and they had a list of books. And I go, oh, I've read all these books. And she goes, I've never seen you read. I'm like, are you kidding me? My favorite book is The Count of Monte Cristo. It's 1,200 pages long and the writing is tiny.
Your favorite book is The Count of Monte Cristo?
Yeah, dude.
Really?
But let me explain. When I explain to you why, and I explain to you some of my favorite books that I've read, you're going to just think of how I like music.
Okay.
Right? And think of how I always talk about how I was introduced to a song. Right? Through a commercial or a movie or something like that. An artist. Right?
Okay.
So when I was I would say 12 or 13 years old, my aunt had a cassette tape and we were in the car and it was of Whoopi Goldberg because people don't realize she was a stand-up comedian. And she talked about taking a trip to the Anne Frank house.
Okay.
And she told all the story and, she did it in humor and stuff like that and the long flight and what have you. And I was like, this sounds interesting. So at like 14 or 15 years old, I went and got the book, the Anne Frank Diaries.
Really?
So I read that. When I got older, I saw a movie called Sleepers. And it was basically a true story centered around 3 or 4 kids that were in like a kids jail. What do they call it? Like the
Like juvie?
Juvie. And they got abused
Yeesh.
by the guys in the prison, not the other prisoners, the guards.
Oof.
And when they got done, right, they all got together and schemed to get the people that got them back when they were older. And so one of the books they read when they were in juvie was The Count of Monte Cristo. And that's how they came up with this plan. And I'm like, man, you know what? I got to go read this book. That's how I read The Count of Monte Cristo.
I wonder if I was thinking that your classmate, Carl Weathers, I was thinking that like, you know, you guys read that book in class together. And he goes, that's a great nickname for Apollo Creed, The Count of Monte Fisto. I'll take my -1. I'm sorry.
Please, quickly, Brittany. Quickly.
He had like 9 nicknames.
I know, but
that was my favorite one. It really was.
So that's how I got, into reading. Like I read all of the Hannibal Lecter books, right? I think the first one wasn't the actual Silence of the Lambs was the second portion of that. The first portion of I think was Manhunter, where they actually caught Hannibal Lecter.
So when did you give up reading? Like, are you still into reading books?
Hell no. Got time for that? I'll fall asleep.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. Choose one of 500 new Kia miles in inventory at the Sportage, Sorrento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. I saw somebody, JIP said, Tobin, I tried to make my petty hate out of it, and man, Hard Knocks is so effing boring. I turned it off and watched something that I've already watched before. That's how upset I am with it. I'm done. You know what, dude? I got to be honest with you. I completely forgot that it was last night because the first 2 episodes have sucked so bad. You know what I actually watched last night instead of Hard Knocks is I started watching the Dallas Cowboys documentary on Netflix. They just released that. It's an 8-parter on America's team. And that was actually a really good watch. I watched that last night.
Oh, hold on. If you're going to do it right. Tobin is the Count of Mango Crisco.
Such a bastard.
Of course.
I thought you were going to go with Dade Saff, who says Leroy likes Edgar Allan Poe boy.
Oh, hey. Let me tell you, I can't eat that stuff no more, but I'm telling you, growing up, that was a staple of my childhood.
I'm telling you. Like, I'm not my son's really into to reading right now. And he goes, never see you read. I'm like, I read every day. I read things. He goes, not books.
Stats. But it's and I love the way they go, so I hear your dad went to Michigan. He can help you with some of this math. Don't be volunteering me for work. What's wrong with you?
Oh, man. That's something. Oh, by the way, we just got some Dolphins news. How about this?
What's up?
The Dolphins have activated Darren Waller off the physically unable to perform list.
All right, so who did they get rid of?
I don't know.
That's how it works.
I don't know.
So keep in mind, if you have a 90-man roster, you do the pup and all that, you got like 100 plus guys there. So when you bring some of these guys, that's why if they want to look at another player, they'll put a slightly banged up player on PUP so they can take a look at another guy. When you bring that guy off the PUP and put him on the regular roster, somebody got to go. So maybe that was the move, because remember they signed 2 guys.
They signed Judon and they signed a cornerback. Yesterday.
They got rid of a punter. So now they brought somebody else. So yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if they had an open roster spot or not. And plus, I don't, because they're not on cut downs yet. But I guess that means he's going to practice today. I would assume.
I don't understand how him and Chubb went through the same stuff. Why is Chubb okay, but he had to be brought back slowly?
They didn't go through the same stuff because he didn't have anything physically wrong with him. He was just
He
retired.
didn't play.
He didn't play, but they didn't. It's like Chubb was
They
actually
both
coming
didn't
back.
play football for a year, even though Chubb was hurt.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal was there. But Chubb was actually injured. This guy just was working his way back into football shape.
Yep.
So Darren Waller, it would appear, is going to make his Dolphins practice debut today. And he has been activated off the physically unable to perform list. And
is he an end of the line of scrimmage guy, or is he
a blocker?
Or is he mostly just a glorified?
Nah, I think he's more like a Gesicki. I know he got a lot of hell for that. For
Gesicki?
Yeah, he's like more of like a Gesicki guy. Like I think he got a lot of hell for that when he was in New York. Like that was part of the reason I think he was donezo.
Because they wanted to put him on the end of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't think
you have to be able to tell. Some guys.
I mean, he's a very physically big guy. I just
Yeah, but some people aren't built like that. Like to just say because a dude is big, you all of a sudden make him physical is not a fair assessment of a guy who maybe has never had to be physical.
I don't think that's his thing, dude.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And especially when in college or when he first got into the league, he wasn't required to be that.
The Dolphins yesterday, they signed Cameron Dantzler Sr., a cornerback who last year played for the Memphis Showboats. That is in the UFL. And yes, that is the Rocks Football League, in case you were wondering. I'm gonna
refrain from comments for this reason and this reason only. When I first got into the league, the thing is if DBs struggled to make a roster, they would go play in the Canadian Football League and work on their craft because it's a little more up tempo.
He also played in the Canadian League. Now he was in the NFL. This was post NFL.
How old is he?
27, I think.
I mean, you made it sound like dude went to college and then came back.
Like, he was drafted by the Vikings. He played for the Vikings for 3 years, and then he kind of bounced around 3 teams, and he hasn't been in the NFL in a year and a half.
Okay.
But the last football he played was for the Memphis Showboats.
What do we make of that?
Not much. Not much. I don't know. Not.
Are we looking at his resume and determining whether he can play or not?
I'm not looking. I mean, I don't know. I just, I don't. Am I supposed to be thrilled about signing a guy who played in the football league run by The Rock?
We're not fist pumping, but I'm not just gonna dismiss it. Although I hope he ends up being depth and not thrown in like we got to have better options, right? He's just to add some depth.
I would think so. I don't know. I mean, they did lose Ethan Bonner, so I'm assuming that's what this is.
How long is he out for? Did they say?
Hammy, they just said weeks. Can't imagine that's an injury that's fast for a guy who has to go backwards.
Well, backwards is not the problem. You can go backwards. Oh, yeah. It's that change of direction. It's like when you plant and then go forward. But you can go back.
You excited about Cameron Dantzler, Brittany?
Dance, machine. Let's get down.
I'm not really sure what to make of that situation.
I don't think you're supposed to make anything.
Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to have a reaction.
I don't think you're supposed to have a reaction.
My other thing is, is that if you look at just the overall, landscape of the National Football League, there's not a whole bunch of people that are available to sign.
No, a lot of old guys.
Right? And so when you look at it and you're going to wait until cut day and you're going to, bring some guys on your practice squad and maybe sign a couple of guys and maybe some veterans will get released because of young talent or whatever. Like, yeah, it's going to be a mad scramble in about a week, but with 90 men on a roster, and then you got to cut 37 guys all in one day times 32 teams, it's going to be chaotic.
Trillion11 says he was a dog on the showboats. I'm not denying that he was a dog on the showboats. Maybe he was a dog on the showboats, but they're the Memphis showboats.
Really? Really?
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe he was. I don't know.
That's like saying somebody is making his debut in MMA and they go, little Tommy, he making his debut. But I tell you what, when he was in that 8-year-old jiu-jitsu class, he was kicking ass.
That's right. We'll take a break. We got a lot to follow along for Dolphins practice here today. We'll take a break. More to come here on 104.3 FM. All right, welcome back, you rascals. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you on 104.3 FM WQAM as we roll along here on this hump day. Let's get to a training camp report brought to us by Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges. Enroll today in one of over 60 Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges affordable training programs and get fast-tracked to a financially rewarding career in 1 to 2 years. Convenient day and evening classes give you the flexibility you need while you learn. Go to careerinayear.com and get there. As the Dolphins will be back on the practice field today, and then I believe tomorrow we got ourselves a little joint practice as the Jacksonville Jaguars make their way to town. For those who don't recall, this is their head coach. Their head coach is Liam Coen.
Oh, the Duval guy.
And he is, of course, infamous for his introductory press conference.
Jacksonville, the community, Duval.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, that's.
Can
yep.
Can it never fails. We
much.
have several situations, including at LSU, where a perfectly normal Caucasian male got country.
My family.
And like, too much. Look, just do what every other coach does. You get them to give you a tie. You put the tie to school on.
Right, the
you
pin.
do the little fight thing, and then that's it. Don't overdo it.
He tried to be cute.
And
Jacksonville, the community, Duval.
And he looks 12 with facial hair.
Yep. Well, he is. He's coming to town with his Jacksonville Jaguars and Travis Hunter playing both sides of the football, and we'll see what he's got. But he did speak to the media about his conversations with Mike McDaniel on what to expect in these joint practices. And he said that, this is not exactly going to be an overly physical practice, he believes, with the Miami Dolphins. This is what he had to say.
Going to go sort of the schedule with Coach McDaniel.
Yeah, we spoke this morning. I mean, it'll be very similar to our practices. They've already had a few, especially a few physical ones. So, not sure it's going to be as much as we fully would like in terms of that, because we're on different schedules than them. They didn't play their guys, and now, May in this game, who knows? I'm not sure, but I know that they've already had a few physical joints, and so we're just really trying to go down and get some really quality work against another opponent. But that outline of practice will be very similar to our structure.
All right, that's Liam Coen. What do you make of that, Leroy? That was a little bit strange.
Nothing. I would say this: if we competing, we competing.
That's what I was like. What?
And you put whatever you can put whatever to it. You come in here, and if I might be there, I say they can come up in here and think they ain't gonna get that smoke.
Well, they kind of felt like he heard from Mike McDaniel that they're not gonna get that smoke. Like that's the way I read it. It didn't feel like they thought they weren't getting that smoke. I think he wanted to come in and get that smoke, and he's like, we've kind of gotten that smoke for the last 2 weeks.
No. Basically, what the Jaguars coach said is that we're at different points of our preseason. So the practices are going to be more accommodating to us because they haven't practiced against any other teams, and the Dolphins have. Two very physical teams. That being said, football is football. You go on that field, you go out there with a purpose. You go out there to do the things that you are building on, and you can't turn back the clock. You can't unring that bell. Once we start doing things a certain way, you keep doing it that way.
Here's a little bit more of Liam Coen on what he is expecting at the Dolphins joints.
I tell you what, I don't know no black Liams.
Can't disagree with you there. Can't disagree with you there.
There's more white Leroys than there are black Liams.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Here is more of Mr. Duval.
No, that won't change any of that. No, it will be good work against another quality opponent down in the heat. So I don't think that won't change. We're still going to get good work in. You know, it'll still be a good fit. Anytime you go in joint, it's not typically, especially our guys not having one yet. I'm sure they'll be juiced up to go against somebody else. So I'm not really worried about us not getting quality work.
Kind of feels like he feels like there's going to be some action.
Yeah.
If they haven't gotten to go against anybody all summer yet.
I don't know what to make of it. Like, you know, once you get into the heat of battle, that kind of dictates how the practice is going to go. Soon as somebody get their bell rung a little bit, soon as somebody come across the middle and get hit, then now everybody is on alert. Right? It's the same thing happened with the Dolphins.
No, I know.
They went to Chicago and start getting body slammed, and they're like, hold up.
I just felt like from his first comments, like I felt like he got on the phone with Mike McDaniel and goes, you know, we're kind of banged up. You know, we had some tough practices. Take it easy, baby.
You think Mike said that to him?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's how I read it.
Let me explain something to you. How can I say this? I don't care how broke down, banged up, or whatever. If you Mike McDaniel, you don't ever come out of a situation like this giving the appearance that you are soft.
Am I reading that wrong?
Yes.
How did you read that
Yes.
cut? Because I felt like he was implying that Mike McDaniel said that they're not going to go as hard this week.
That's exactly how I took it. And I think it's like exactly what Leroy said. I think it's ridiculous that you continue like out of this preseason, all these joint practices that you have, people have been coming at you, telling you that you're soft, that you're not playing physical football. And then you go and you allow another coach to basically go and say the same thing that you came to him and were like, please don't hurt our guys.
That's what it felt like. That's how I felt like he did.
But let's be clear. This is coming from the other coach, not from Mike McDaniel.
I understand, but it kind of feels like he squealed on Mike McDaniel.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey,
I feel like he did it on purpose too.
when
Like,
did
I
they go
feel like
into
he did it on
practice? When did they
purpose.
go in practice?
Tomorrow.
Okay. Now
Tomorrow.
here's what I would say. That they could also mean this. That we're gonna do 1-on-1s, we're gonna do 7-on-7s, we're gonna do special teams, but we're not gonna do full squad. We're not gonna do 11-on-11.
Right.
And we're not gonna do short yardage.
Maybe.
So that it could also be that's how they're structuring the practice. So it's not a matter of being, but I'm gonna tell you here. We've had now 2 joint practices where the Miami Dolphins didn't fully understand that they were playing football on day 1. Okay.
Yep.
So if they come out and I hear somebody writing a story about, Jacksonville came and pushed them around, I'm like, does that mean we're going to be down every game and have to respond to the other team? Or are we ever going to be the aggressor?
Well, I guess, you know, it could be that, you know, listen, Liam Coen is a rookie head coach. Maybe he had an oopsie daisy at the press conference. He goes, I shouldn't have said that. You know, I don't know.
Listen.
Or maybe he's trying to feel his guys up himself.
You can say whatever you want in a press conference. You can talk all the trash you want before a game. But when the game starts, that's all that matters. All I want to see is this. The first 2 teams that you did work against, they came out and punched you in the mouth and you had to respond on day 2.
Yep.
Are we going to be the ones that say, okay, guys, let's initiate this?
Doesn't sound like it.
You don't know that.
Sounds like we're going to take a jog.
Because of what Duval said?
What do you, I mean, I don't know. Just because he had a weird Duval doesn't mean he's not telling. Can you play it again, Brittany, the first part where he's explaining? Because it kind of feels like he ratted on Mike McDaniel.
Have you figured out yet how it's going to go, sort of the schedule with Coach McDaniel?
Yeah, we spoke this morning. I mean, it'll be very similar to our practices. You know, they've already had a few, especially a few physical ones. So, not sure it's going to be as much as we fully would like in terms of that, because we're on different schedules than them. They didn't play their guys, and now, May in this game, who knows? I'm not sure, but I know that they've already had a few physical joints.
No, I'm not.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm not going to let him do this.
What do you mean, dude?
Because let me explain something to you. If y'all not listening quite like I'm listening, when a coach comes out and says, it's not going to be as physical as we would like, I'm like, when all of a sudden did you become the Philadelphia Eagles or the Detroit Lions? Jaguars?
Dude,
did you hear that?
That's exactly that's exactly what I heard. I was like, wait a minute. It kind of feels like he's
no, absolutely not. I'm not. No.
I'm telling you.
No,
I think he ratted up.
You're not gonna come into here. You ain't gonna come into my. And then if I'm Mike McDaniel, it's like, oh, he don't think we could be physical.
That's what. Yeah.
Okay,
maybe he's goading him into a physical practice.
How you go? Football's football.
I don't know. Is football football? Because we found down here that football is not necessarily football.
Again, that right there.
Jacksonville, the community.
This guy. This is the guy talking about being
Duval.
physical. That's the guy.
Duval.
He looks like he just came back from Jacksonville on spring break.
He does. He looks like Florida Springs.
Right.
He looks like he's on the inner tube with a swim shirt.
All he needs is a big old fat dip in a fishing pole.
Oh yeah.
And he good. So I'm not listening to him.
He said it.
But see, and here's why if I'm Mike McDaniel, I'm a little upset about this. I said, wait a minute. Are you insinuating that I suggest you take it easy on us? Are you suggesting that? Right? Because it sounded kind of weird. But and the way he said it was, we're at different points of preseason practice in that they have practiced against two very physical teams.
The Dolphins.
And we haven't.
Right. Well,
so
that's what
when he was explaining that part, I was like, okay, I could see how maybe he doesn't want, maybe he doesn't want to have 3 consecutive weeks of running his guys into the ground and being physical like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've had that, right, where they won't practice any of the vets because we went at it pretty hard the last couple of weeks against other teams.
Right.
But then the audacity of this man to say, well, it might not be as physical as we would like. I'm like, oh, really?
Told you.
You're the foremost expert on physical football there.
Yeah,
Jacksonville.
Now you're on. Now you're picking up what I'm telling you.
But I'm just saying, we had no conversation with Mike McDaniel. I'm not listening to this college kid.
You don't know what he's. I mean, I don't think he's that young. I think he's like 40. I don't think he's not like he's. It's not like he's not like he's Sean McVay.
Okay, it could have been. To me, he looked like Tommy with a mustache and a beard taped to his face, saying Duval. Right?
I just don't like. Now we're getting punked by the Jaguars.
I'm like, hey, you know what? This is if me and you had said that to each other, he's like, what exactly are you insinuating?
Dude, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, what is he insinuating? He's insinuating that he wanted that action, and Mike McDaniel was like, we've had that action.
And I think he's played it very smart because he used the word physical, which has been the hot play for the Dolphins the entire preseason. So it's like he wanted a reaction.
It's like he baited him.
He did.
He's baiting them 1,000%.
Okay, but here, in the words of the Deli Man, you ain't that guy, right? You ain't that team.
I mean, we don't think
you ain't that team to be talking about the foremost experts in physicality. When we think of physicality, we don't think of Jacksonville.
I don't know, dude. I tell you one thing.
I know. Do you when you say, "Woo, that Jacksonville, they are physical"?
No, but I do worry about what those wide receivers are going to do to the secondary because they got some talented wide receivers.
They got talented wide receivers. Look, but that's not being physical. That's one-on-one.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
You see what I'm saying? So
we'll take a break. More to come. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 104.3 FM WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Miami Dolphins have hit the practice field today. They're in full pads, Leroy. So,
which leads me to believe if you go full pads by yourself, then they might go shells one day. They're practicing twice or once against?
just once, I believe.
So it might be shells.
Darren Waller is out there. He is in
active participant.
I mean, they're just showing. I only see tweets about stretching right now, so I don't think they've started practice.
About stretching.
They're stretching, yeah. They're stretching, and then I don't think we've gotten to real action yet. According to Omar Kelly, no Tyreek Hill, no Devon Achane. No surprise, they've been having those injuries. There is some news on Alec Ingold. He is looks like he's out of concussion protocol. He no longer has a red jersey on, so that's good. And Aaron Brewer has the orange jersey today, the center.
All right.
So that's the look on all the things from Dolphins camp as of right now.
Do they? They don't do the orange jersey when they practice against other teams, right?
They do not. No, Mike McDaniel.
I was going to say that's like bringing attention to yourself. Like, oh yeah, get him.
He's Mike McDaniel. That's why he does not do the orange jersey for joint practices. He says puts a bullseye on you.
Yeah.
Want to get to this. We'll get back into the Dolphins in just a second. Have you seen what Bleacher Report has been doing? Bleacher Report has been they stole Mark Hochman's bit, of course, the Mount Rushmore. Is he still doing Mount Rushmore, or is he retired it?
No, he does Mount Rushmores of everything.
Yeah, I feel like he's done everything. So like he'll bring it out every once in a while if Hochman's at like a cocktail party, but it's been so stolen by everybody
as he drinks his Aperol spritz.
Right, exactly. But Bleacher Report is doing Mount Rushmore of NHL franchises, and yesterday they revealed their Panthers Mount Rushmore, and they put on the Mount Rushmore Ekblad,
yeah,
Barkey,
yeah,
Roberto Luongo,
yeah,
and Jonathan Huberdeau.
Not none of the brothers, the Bure brothers.
No Bure brothers. No Bure brothers. I have a couple questions here.
Sure.
Though Jonathan Huberdeau is very high on a lot of statistics, on all the all-time lists,
he didn't win a chip.
He didn't win a chip. And in fact, was
he on the team? He was on the team when they won the President's Cup, though.
He was on the team that won the President's Trophy, and then he was flipped for Matthew Tkachuk, and then they went to 3 straight Stanley Cups.
Okay, so wait. So that doesn't help his cause?
No.
Because it almost seems like Matthew Tkachuk should be on there.
Well,
if you trade, wait, like this is bro science. We're gonna bro science this,
right?
If I trade for a guy that does the same things you do, and then we all of a sudden go on a run that's unprecedented in our organization, how can you be above him?
That's what I'm saying, and I feel like, from my standpoint, like
they just looked at stats.
I would say if you wanted to just go with, hey, you want longevity on there. Okay, I understand why you would want Huberdeau there, but you have Barkov, who's now past him and everything. Barkov is there. Ekblad, totally cool with.
Here's the other thing. Roberto Luongo can do no wrong.
I'm glad you're going to bring it up, not me.
He can do no wrong. None. He is a staple of this organization.
He is.
However, are we just going to dismiss Bob?
Look.
He had a rough start. I'll give you that.
Of course.
But I could watch Bob highlights and games that he saved with ridiculous saves. When I think of Roberto Luongo, I think of like a UD type guy, like a guy who was very productive and a staple of the organization.
Right.
So I don't know. I
mean, he's the first guy. Look, Roberto Luongo is the first guy to get his jersey retired.
I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know if I'm offending Roberto Luongo by saying this, because my intent is not to do that.
My intent is not to offend Roberto Luongo either.
Are we getting caught up in recency bias?
Doesn't everybody who's part of, if you are those three guys in particular, okay? Because the fourth one, I mean, like, look, we could put Kachuk there, but you could put Rhino, you could put, like, if you're part of a team that's gone to 3 straight cups, for the first time in franchise history and won 2 of them, is everybody else outside the velvet rope?
We got a lot of 72 Dolphins around the stadium.
Right. I don't know.
I don't know how to say.
I have less of a problem with Bobby Lou. I have less of a problem with Bobby Lou. He's still part of the organization. I feel like having Huberto.
I don't want to
offend
weird. Anybody. I do not.
Me either.
Want to offend anybody because they're all great players.
Look, in my personal Panthers Mount Rushmore,
you definitely put
Sergei Bobrovsky's up there 4 times. Okay,
right. Well, that's because you listen. You've been in on Bob since the beginning, and I can understand that. That's why I brought it up, because if you bring it up, you have bias towards Bob.
Right.
I'm bringing it up because when we talk about the history of the Panthers, how we talk about Bob and the run that these guys just went on is going to be different than how we talk about the staple and one of the core guys of the organization, and Roberto Luongo.
Even if you were to go,
what I'm saying?
Could you put well? Do we have to replace goalie? Like, could we have both of them up there? Would that be the appropriate Mount Rushmore? Would it be Bobby Lou, Bob?
You only have 4 guys.
Well, I'm taking Huberto off.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm taking Huberto off.
If you're gonna put Huberto, you got to put Kachuk.
I'm not putting Huberto up there. I feel like Huberto's.
So you go Bob. Yeah. Okay.
Can I go Bobby Lou? Can I go Bob? Can I go Ekblad? Can I go Barkey? Because I feel like with Kachuk, Kachuk.
But here's what I would say, and here's where it gets interesting, and here's where this whole story takes a turn. Nothing happened before Kachuk got here.
That's true.
And so when you say, if you're even talking about a Mount Rushmore of the Florida Panthers, we didn't go on this run till Kachuk got here.
It's a good point.
So how do you view like the one, like the, so when we talk about the Heat, what we say, the run we went on when LeBron got here means that he has a place in Heat Pantheon forever.
Hunter says, yes, of course. Hunter says Luongo deserves to be there just for the drum performance alone.
But so you understand what I'm saying? Like, for different reasons, they should be there. And Luongo has a place. You don't mention Panthers hockey without mentioning Roberto Luongo.
Agreed.
You don't. So he almost has a special place there. But when the guy that you have on Mount Rushmore got traded and then your team got really good, I don't know how you either got to put the guy that he got traded for on there.
It reminds me of Glenn Rice. It's like Glenn Rice will never be on any Heat Mount Rushmore, though he is you could argue that he should have his jersey retired.
He's one of the greatest shooters in Heat history. When they wasn't shooting threes like they are now.
But he is also the pivot point where they trade him for Alonzo Mourning, and it feels like this huge pivot point of the franchise.
But wait, Alonzo Mourning is there.
Of course, Alonzo Mourning's up there.
See what I'm saying?
Of course.
But you understand, because that was the start of Heat culture.
I understand, like, wanting to have some diversity of eras in the Panthers. Diversity of eras.
Okay.
Did I mess that up?
You put a H in there. Diversities.
I apologize.
But that's okay.
But I'm saying, like, I feel like Huberto is with the Barkov Ekblad era, so that's covered. They got that. I will only allow Luongo up there.
Here's the thing. Let's think about it this way, right? One of the best players to play for the Dallas Cowboys was, Emmitt Smith and the big three. However, none of that happens without trading and getting all those draft picks for Herschel Walker.
Right.
It would be the equivalent to putting Herschel Walker on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I don't think Huberdeau can be up there.
You see what I'm saying? Because that was the start of it. The original start of it was the Dallas Cowboys trading Herschel Walker for all those picks from the Vikings.
Okay, so
that was the turnaround, and then you got your Mount Rushmore of so if so that's kind of how I feel about Huberdeau. Great player, but the guy that you got for him was the catalyst behind where you are now.
He's the face of the Panthers. Even with Barkov being the captain, like he's the guy that they market. He's on the EA Sports. So if we're gonna put Kachuk up there, we're taking Huberdeau off. So you're saying Kachuk has to be up there?
If you got Huberdeau up there,
all right. So Huberdeau, you're gone. You've been traded for Kachuk again.
Now,
Bob or Bobby Lou?
So it would be the equivalent to saying, do I put Alonzo or do I put Shaq? Alonzo set the Heat on the proper course, and he will be forever known as the culture setter, as the person who started the culture of the Miami Heat. However, they didn't win a championship till they got Shaq, and Alonzo was kind of coming off the bench.
Correct.
So, who was more important, the guy that won the championship or the guy who set the tone?
I think I got to go with Bob. I'm sorry, Bobby Lou. I'm sorry, Roberto. I'm sorry.
I feel like this is a hard decision for me because if I say Florida Panthers,
right,
the first name out of your mouth is Bobby Lou.
Okay, so if Sergei Bobrovsky, he's 56 wins away from Roberto Luongo all-time wins. And that's just regular season. That's just regular season.
Right. No, he's
going to pass him
in the playoffs.
I'm sorry, Sergei Bobrovsky. I'm sorry, Roberto. I'm sorry. I understand. It's a cup heavy.
They're important in different ways. But who was more important? Right? Because we can say that the culture of this franchise changed when they got two people.
Wow.
Paul Maurice and Matthew Tkachuk.
Jennifer's she's thinking of taking Aaron Ekblad off. She says, what about Barkov, Bob Luongo, and Tkachuk?
You can't. Why you got two goalies? Can you have two goalies?
You can have two. We talked about that. I mean, could you have, if you had to pick between Tkachuk and Bob, I think I'm going Bob.
I'm going Tkachuk.
But you could have two goalies. There's no rules against having two goalies. It's
because keep in mind, okay, and hear me out. When Bob was struggling, you said, and everybody said, the defense and the physicality that they play with in front of him is why he's having so many problems, because there's no resistance.
Yep.
You're bringing Tkachuk. The whole tenor, and Paul Maurice, the whole tenor of the team changes. They become physical, more aggressive on defense, and then Bob flourishes. So if I don't add Tkachuk, does Bob have the success with the way the team started playing? Just saying.
Take a break. Back with more for this.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Valoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tonga Valoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for being late this hour. We got in a very heated Panthers Mount Rushmore debate, which you guys can roll back and listen to on the Odyssey app. You guys can use the radio rewind feature. We're also streaming on iHeartRadio and tune in. You guys can watch us on 104.3 WQAM on YouTube, Miami 104.3 WQAM on Twitch, and that's where you guys can see these ugly mugs. Except for Brittany. I'm just referring to us, of course, Brittany. I apologize. I would never put you with a hobgoblin like us, But you guys can check us out there. And, of course, we are on the FM dial, 104.3 FM WQAM. Let us get to our headlines. Brought to you by Doral Kia. Choose from over 500 new Kia miles in inventory at the Sports, Sorrento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. Miami Dolphins have practice going on right now. Lots of health notes for everybody. Alec Ingold and Mo Kamara, they are apparently out of concussion protocol, no longer in non-contact jerseys. Matthew Judon and Darren Waller are practicing in a full padded practice today. Andrew Meyer, backup center, who everybody was raving about when Aaron Brewer was out, he has been spotted at practice with a brace on his left elbow, Leroy.
Ooh, yeah, those things are no fun.
Tyreek Hill is apparently got his helmet on. He's catching passes, but he's not practicing.
Do we even know what's wrong with him?
They said oblique.
Okay.
That was that's what I don't think he's spoken on it, but they said oblique was the initial thing. And then this one's the big one. I'm just checking to see if there's no update on it, but nobody has spotted Kenneth Grant at practice today. So I don't like that.
I mean, it's like I try not to read too much into who's at practice and who's not, because I went through it and I know that sometimes you just need a day.
Even rooks?
Yeah.
Usually rooks don't get a day, it feels like.
Well, here's what a lot of coaches will do. Because the rooks are going hard from start every day, every practice. They're picking up all the slack. And then you got to realize that, okay, here's a guy who's going to play 40, 50 plays a game. Let's start getting him ready for the season. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so from that standpoint, you got to really kind of get everybody ready, even if they're young. And I think sometimes we read into too much about, that, hey, they probably said, who hasn't had a day or a practice off and has been balling since he got here? Our young guy. Let's give him a day.
Omar Kelly says Quinn Ewers completed a 50-yard pass to A.J. Henning. And then another tweet 2 minutes later, Omar says Quinn Ewers dropped a handoff.
Did he get stepped on?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It just says he dropped a handoff. That's all it says.
Oh, my goodness. Karen, that's so bad.
What do you say?
Maybe Kenny G had the Kenny P.
-1, Karen. Hell out of here, dude.
-1.
Omar says Ollie Gordon also dropped a handoff. We got the summer, but it is it's very hot out there. They could be sweating.
Dude, let me tell you something. I was a sweater.
Woo!
Oh, it was so hot. But I mean, sometimes different quarterbacks hand it to you differently, right? And you just have to, like, there's certain quarterbacks I could just grab it.
Right.
I knew where it was. Other quarterbacks, you had to make the perfect pocket, like in the training day. And certain quarterbacks will look it in. Certain quarterbacks rely on you being where you're supposed to be.
iDog says it's hot as hell there. Dude, it's been hot as hell for 2 months straight.
Yeah, and suffocating heat. By the way, is your area on fire?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, are you serious? Because even like down here, it's hazy. Like you could see the smoke.
We got up to smoke. Mel said, man, it's real foggy and smells like smoke outside. I said, is our house burning? I said, no. I said, all right.
Weird.
I'm going back to sleep.
No, the Everglades are on fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And didn't it pour yesterday? And it always rains over the Everglades, doesn't it?
It's just if it's hot and the thing is it can rain as much as it wants, but if it gets hot enough and everything dries up enough, you can still have a fire.
I was thinking about this for the Canes Notre Dame game because remember last year I explained to you how the Canes were going to come into that Gators game with an advantage because it's so much hotter here than Gainesville, different heat. But, I'm worried because it's being a night game. Is that still going to have that impact on Notre Dame? But I got to tell you, like I'm walking out at 8:00 and it still feels miserable out here. I don't know.
It's awful. And I don't agree with the Gainesville heat thing.
What do you mean?
Because my cousin went to UF, and I went to a couple games there, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's so hot and it's awful." Like last year, I went, but I didn't go to the game. I just was in Gainesville, and I disagree. I think it's worse here.
Oh, it's way worse here. It's not even a question. It's not.
Oh, I think you were trying to say that it was hotter in Gainesville.
No, one of the reasons I said, Brittany, I got into a big argument in science about this because Leroy doesn't believe I'm a scientist. And that I said the Canes were going to come in with more of an advantage because they practice down here. It's worse than Gainesville. And he's like, that's not true.
Here's what I would say about that. The heat affects everybody. But what I would say about a team that practices in it is that they know how to prepare and get ready for it. It doesn't catch them off guard. So from that standpoint, you're accurate. Now, I will say this. Up north, this time of year, it gets hotter.
I disagree.
But it's not as humid.
Yeah, but right now, Leroy, in South Bend right now, it's 75 degrees. I would kill for 75 degrees.
That's winter. That's winter for a high of 75. I'd be like, oh.
75 is so nice. It's like
75 would be perfect.
If it drops below 60, you know what you see in South Florida? Boots with the fur.
Bro, these fighting Irish, they don't know what they're walking into. And I'm telling you, like, I feel like even at night right now, it's miserable.
It is miserable. It's awful. I went to a concert not that long ago at Hard Rock at night, and I have never sweated so much in my entire life.
It's gonna be. I mean, I'm gonna hey, Irish fans who are coming down here, you better stay hydrated, champ.
Stay hydrated. Hey, Brittany, you know what's worse?
What?
It being 115 degrees and you can't sweat, like we were in Vegas.
Yeah, because it's a dry heat, so you don't sweat.
But it doesn't mean it's not hot.
I've never been over there.
Think about this. What would lead a grown man to get in a pool by himself and relax? 115-degree weather. Because Tobin said, you know what? I don't care what it looks like. I am going to get in this cool pool. They had the pool at 80 degrees. They cooled their pools off. And he went and sat in that pool with his little drinky pool. And he was so happy, smiling, waving.
Luxor has a nice pool.
And I was dying because the sun was bouncing off the side of the building and cooking me.
Dude, you look like a roasted chicken. It was.
Why didn't you get in the pool, Leroy?
I just felt like Me and Tobin standing next to each other in the pool,
was
saying
like-
how relaxing this was.
Leroy was glistening with it bouncing the way that sun was bouncing off the Luxor.
I was like, Tobes, I'm dying. He's like, come on, get in.
No,
You're far too proud. You should have just gone in the pool, Leroy. That's your fault.
Vegas's heat is brutal because it feels like you're literally cooking, but here it's like it sucks the soul out of you. It's
Yeah.
like it's just like all of the sweat that's just dripping out of you is so horrifying. And I can't even imagine, because Dave Sav is right. It's going to be a madhouse for Canes Notre Dame. The tailgating that's going to be going on all day.
First
on
game,
a holiday
first game.
weekend.
Is it a night game?
Yes.
Night game.
Dude,
I'm not terrified of water. What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, dude, it's going to be that atmosphere is going to be crazy, but I feel like there's going to be more cases of people dehydrating from over drinking.
Because first of all, it's the first game.
Woo!
Kids are just getting back to school.
Yep.
And they want to act a fool. So you know there's going to be some All I would say is, can we not burn each other's cars down?
I don't know. But I don't think these Irish fans know what they're walking into. I think it's I think it's gonna be such a ridiculous party down here.
I would say
they don't have amnesia from last time, because we remember how they were last time.
Oh yeah.
We cannot, and I would say this. I don't care who you are, right? When you come to an environment like this, there's no preparing for it, because the one thing you don't take into account is when you get fired up for a game, you already revved up, you burning energy just thinking about the game, preparing for the game, going through warm-ups, so that when you get in the first and second quarter, you're like, I did too much.
Well,
I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Did you like cupcakes to start, or did you like the let's get this going, start the season?
Well, I'll give you an example. One year, we played Notre Dame first, University of Miami second.
Oh my God.
And then played UCLA and went out to them third. We started the season 1 and 2. We never lost another game, and I think we finished third in the country. And if we had started off with cupcakes, maybe we would have had a chance to rev
up. Yeah.
But Bo didn't believe that. Bo
didn't
said,
Notre Dame, didn't they lose to Northern Illinois last year? Was that last year or 2 years ago?
No, that was 2 years ago.
It was great. They lost and went home, didn't they?
I don't know. It was.
I remember the game. I just don't remember it was last
You
year.
know, when you lose to a team that don't bring no fans because they think they're gonna get mollywopped,
they lost.
And they end up winning.
I know they ended up in the championship, and they lost to Northern Illinois week 2 at home.
Oh, so it was last year.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, Miami lost to Middle Tennessee State, and they didn't win another game.
That's logical. At least you do like, oh, that team sucks. What team would you lose if you said, hey, this team's losing to Northern Illinois? You think they end up in the championship that year?
Hey, when I watched Canes from last year, and then I start watching that preseason game, that's exactly who I thought of. When I watched Cincinnati, I thought of Canes defense last year. It's dude.
It was terrible.
Dude, you know how hard it is to give up 100 and something yards in one quarter?
I was at that game. It was so soul crushing.
Oh, at the Middle Tennessee game?
Yeah.
Well, we lost to, I think, years ago. This is a long time ago, but people still bring it up. We lost to Appalachian State.
I think it's one of the most famous upsets ever. I think everybody brings up Appalachian State at the big house.
Right. But again, there's been a lot of teams that lose a lot worse teams than Appalachian State since then. But that always seems to come up.
Miami lost to FIU, which I think was worse than
That's
anything.
The worst. I don't think there's anything worse than that. At Marlins Park, at the site of the Orange Bowl.
I was also at that game.
You have a lot of pain.
I have a lot of pain, like a lot of pain.
Let me ask you this, because I follow the Canes, and we all know that the defense held them back last year.
Yep.
The offense was very good. offensive line is massive. They're going to run the football. Carson Beck, I don't think he's not bad, and people don't give him a lot of credit because they use the old, it was Georgia. Everybody was good.
Right.
So they tend to, you can go about that two different ways, right? Tua playing for Alabama, they look at Tua as Alabama's savior when they won the championship. And Carson Beck, they look at Carson Beck, guy that only lost 3 games while he was at Georgia. You know, they look at him like, well, they won in spite of Carson Beck, almost like that. So I think Carson Beck is going to be good. They lost a lot of wide receivers. And are we still certain that the defense is going to turn around? Because
it's the secondary you're scared of because they got everybody new except for Frederic, who showed some good stuff last year as a freshman. So like you're hoping that he's gonna grow up. Ruben Bain being healthier this year.
Yeah, he got banged up.
You know, so
you got the brother Mawanawi. Is that it?
Yeah, that's what it is. Maui Naui. Yep, you nailed it.
Hey, I didn't say I asked the question. I didn't go ahead on and try to pronounce it. Sure or whatever.
I believe I think his brother's on the Jets now. I think Kiko went to the Jets, and his brother is the monster who's going to be in the first round this year.
Right. So
Maui Wowie.
I said, what is it? Maui
Noah.
Maui Noah. Okay.
We'll take a break. Back after this.
104.3
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Quick segment here. Got to get back on clock. Otherwise, Galen made give me the stone cold stunner. So let me tell you guys a little something about 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored, which is brought to us by our friends over the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Get offers on select models now through September 2nd. You learn more at Lexus.com. Game Day Uncensored is going to come your way this Saturday at 4 o'clock. We got 3 hours of coverage for you. We're bumping it up. Just like Galen, he's just like Mike McDaniel. We're going into a dress rehearsal this weekend, okay? We'll give you 4 hours during the regular season. We've been doing 2 hours, all right? We've been taking it easy. We're upping it. We're like Man Campbell. It's going to be a more physical, a more tenacious pregame show this week with myself and Solana and Omar Kelly. And Brittany, are you producing this weekend?
I sure am.
Brittany's going to be producing as well. We're running straight drills for this upcoming pregame show. So we'll get you ready for Dolphins and Jags, which already has a little smack talk we played earlier in the show. Liam Coen, Jaguars coach, getting a little too cute with his comments. So we got that for you as well. That'll be Game Day Uncensored coming your way. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll mix things on up, including interesting comments from Anthony Weaver yesterday about the Miami Dolphins first-round pick, Kenneth Grant. I think it's going to give you the goosies. That's next. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 104.3 FM, WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Miami Dolphins got a practice going on right now. Seeing some of the tweets flowing in. I see that Matthew Judon had back-to-back sacks. So he's making an impression early on, Leroy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he does.
That's what he does. He dials it up.
Timbo Slice trying to start some mess.
What do you say?
They bring up how Solana called Leroy soft because he couldn't do 50 push-ups.
When did he say that?
Yesterday.
On the show? Everyone's taking a run at you, huh?
Yeah.
What's the deal with that, dude?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
People feeling a little too froggy, you know?
They are. They are.
A little too froggy. There's only one person who's allowed to feel froggy at this station.
Yep. And he doesn't hop over too often.
Let's get to the mixed bag, huh? All right. Here's what we got for the mixed bag. I think Leroy's going to like this. This is Coach Anthony Weaver. He had some things to say about Kenneth Grant's motor and effort yesterday for a big guy. This is what Anthony Weaver had to say on Kenny G.
I think effort ultimately is a choice, right? That's a battle between you and you. Now we're expecting uncommon and elite effort from everybody. I think it sends a particular message to the rest of the team and opponents when that guy is 340 and doing that. I think he hit 17.9 on the catapult was what was reported. I didn't know he could move that fast. But I think it's just a credit to everything we've seen on tape. And Dolphins fans should get excited when people with that mass are moving that way. He impacts the game sometimes without even hitting the stat sheet. There was a play where a guy was running a speedo, tight end was running a speedo, got away from our nickel, it was a slot. Nickel kind of tripped, fell off, was wide open. That ball sailed because Kenneth Grant was pushing the pocket, right, and got a hand up. So there's times I've seen it multiple times with Justin Madubuike when I was in Baltimore. There's times he affected the play without making the play, and you're going to see a lot of that from Kenneth Grant too.
Wow.
It's important that we also say, while all of those things are important, when it's time to get paid, they don't consider all that.
Yeah, that's fair. And we saw how that ended up.
Isn't that the craziest thing, though?
That Christian Wilkins thing kind of went quiet. I don't feel like we've heard anything about it after
because it's in arbitration.
All the besmirching that happened from Las Vegas.
It's in arbitration. So, and they might have a date set. So nobody says anything before that.
Well, I think that Anthony Weaver is right. The fans are going to be fired up to hear that. Troy Aikman.
A guy who took himself to the ER because of jet lag is questioning my toughness.
Troy Aikman, he echoed some of what Leroy has been saying about the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow. This was Troy Aikman on Monday Night Football.
That this defense will be improved. I think Al Golden and what he's been able to bring to this group will be a positive, but it's about rushing the passer and it's about covering great receivers. And Trey Hendrickson has done that, really better than anybody the last 2 years. So as we go into this season, I just don't know how this team can be good enough defensively. We saw what happened last year, that they can accomplish what they want to. And as we talked about, they've wasted some good years with Joe Burrow, especially last year when he played in an MVP-type season.
There you go.
He had to play an MVP-type season just to keep him close.
Yep, certainly did.
So is that, and I'm not questioning Joe Burrow's ability, but his numbers last year, isn't that the definition of looter in a riot?
I mean,
you see what I'm saying? You're not you're throwing for a lot of yards, but your team's no good.
I think you got to have a stinkier team for it to be that.
Okay.
Like a real like a 4-12er or a 4-13er. I still don't get used to 17 games and records. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco
gosh.
He's going to be
I think we went to high school together.
he's going to be the starting quarterback for the Browns, and was asked about, hey, have they given you any sense on how long your leash is before one of these young pups comes and takes your gig?
Crazy? Is that now think about asking somebody that question. Right? You just get hired to a new job and they go, how long you think it'll be before they fire you for somebody younger?
Come on, we know you're not sticking around, old man. Anyway, here was Joe Flacco.
It's not really my job to look at it in that way. It's just to kind of go out there and play my game, kind of like I've been doing, all training camp, and not worrying about, all that stuff. Just going out there and playing my game and being the best I can.
All right, Joe Flacco. Get fired up, Browns fans.
I'm telling you, he is going to give you 4 or 5 of the finest football games you have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, he gets tired, he gets old, but then everything just falls apart.
Man, crazy.
Keep in mind, he was on the Super Bowl team that went 5 weeks without scoring an offensive touchdown.
That's crazy.
And they won the Super Bowl that year.
Yep. Anthony Richardson, he's not going to be the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts.
Of course, we're going to go to him and ask him what he thinks.
What does he think, Leroy?
You got to respect the decision. I feel like he's a better fit for the team, better fit for the outcome of us winning. So you just got to respect it and just keep working. That doesn't undermine any other work I've been putting in. Doesn't say that I haven't improved. I'm proud of the improvement I've made. Shane is also proud of that. So you just got to keep stacking on that. Just keep getting better.
Oh, somebody told me that was Trent Dilfer. Even better.
Yeah, Joe Flacco had that one where he burned dude.
Yeah. I would say this about Anthony Richardson. And I would say this to anybody who is out there in the workforce. Say if you think you just get out of college and you're supposed to start off in your profession at $80,000, right?
Sure.
And somebody says, we see the potential. We're going to give you $1 million a year. Are you going to say no?
No, of course you're going to say
so. The reason why I say that is, of all the quarterbacks to go into the NFL, Anthony Richardson has played the fewest amount of snaps. He needs development. But how they do it in the NFL is now they want you to learn at the job. And then you turn around and say he's a bust. Is he a bust, or you haven't given him the required amount of time to catch up? And that's the problem I have with that, is that everybody's getting on him for being a bust. He didn't draft himself.
I understand that. He's a bust. I don't know what to tell you. Them's the rules.
But why?
It's the rules.
But why? Is he
Them's
a bust?
The rules.
Wait, is he a bust because he's not good enough? Or is he a bust because the team that he got drafted to didn't take the necessary steps to properly prepare him for the job?
Look, there's no self-declaring, I need time to get ready. If you get picked 4th overall and you stink, bust. He's right there with Trey Lance.
But it's not his fault.
Doesn't matter. That doesn't mean nobody's saying it's there's no fault that's assessed to being a bust. You're either a bust or you're not a bust.
But why is he a bust? That's
Deion Jordan, bust.
Yeah, he traded up to get him.
Yeah. Although I think now what you really should, why we question is, how does somebody keep their job after blowing a pick like that? If you make the assessment and you're like, hey, what's up there? The GM getting to skate on that. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
But that's the time. If and here's the crazy thing. If Indianapolis had passed on Anthony Richardson, would their fans have lost their minds?
I don't think so. I think everybody was like, I think everybody was surprised that there was so much, because you mentioned the lack of experience in college. I think everybody was a little surprised. Like, yeah, he's a moose, but that he was skyrocketing up these boards. And this does seem to happen now. Every draft, it's become a big thing where guys who you're surprised by are like, yeah, he's going this high. And you're like, really? That's how that's going?
I'm not Anthony Richardson's agent, but these are realistic situations that happen, especially at that position, that you draft guys knowing that they don't have a lot of experience, and you say you're going to take them in slow. It kind of happened to Tua, because when Tua got drafted, they say, oh, he's going to have a redshirt year where he gets healthy. And then 5 weeks into the season, he's playing. So when he doesn't look good, you deviated from the plan that you had when you drafted him. Is that Tua's fault?
No. But if he doesn't get to his second contract, he's still a bust.
Okay.
You don't get to sorry. That's how it works.
I got you.
If the Dolphins backup quarterback right now, he's a bust. Zach Wilson, bust. I don't get to, it just is what it is.
Right. So is Daniel Jones a bust? He got to his second contract.
Yeah, he's a bust. Because they signed the second contract.
So if he should happen to ball out for Indy.
Yep.
And do what Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford did when they switched teams.
Mm-hmm.
Then would you go and put it on the Giants?
Oh, yeah. It's still on the look, they still the GM should wear you drafted a bust. Right. But you need to have Jared Goff has had to do a lot of work to eradicate bust title on him.
Okay.
It took
he
a lot
went
of
to
work.
a Super Bowl though.
It didn't matter. I mean, because everybody looked at him.
Wait. He went to a Super Bowl.
It doesn't matter. Everybody looked at him as the guy who was the thing holding him back, and they were right.
But
Stafford won the Super Bowl.
He still went. Now that brings us back to Kachuk and Huberdeau.
Right. Well, he'll never be on the Mount Rushmore for the Rams.
Right. All right.
Tell you who's never a bust when it comes to your dry cleaning. Always a number one pick for us. And that's our friend over at A&T Dry Cleaners. For the best dry cleaning in South Florida, use our friends over at A&T Dry Cleaners. The owners are, that's our boy. You guys could call or text him anytime. His number is 954-610-9383. That's 954-610-9383. You know, I got Dirty Boxing coming up next week. I got a new shirt. Got some new slacks, Leroy.
I told you what to do. You get that shirt. You take it over to him. Let Mama Ara take it in, get it fitting, nice form fitting or whatever. You get you a nice tie. You rotate the tie and the shirt. You can have the same suit. It looks like a different suit every time.
And I'll tell you another thing.
Clean.
Yep. Yeah. And I'll tell you another thing, Leroy. After these Dirty Boxing events, very hot there, which means it's going to have to get cleaned up. It's going to have to get cleaned up.
You leave there soupy?
Oh, you leave it soupy, dude. So if I'm going to have somebody I trust to take care of the old soup for the Dirty Boxing broadcast, you better know it's going to be Ara and our friends over at A&T Dry Cleaners. 40-plus years, owned and run, Leroy. And they're going to take care of our listeners. Tell them what they got, Leroy.
If you mention Tobin and Leroy, 25% off your order. They pick up, drop off your orders. They service all of South Florida, Dade, Broward, Southern Palm Beach. Just give them a call, 954-610-9383, and ask Ara why he hasn't come to see Tobin and Leroy. And I promise you, once you use A&T Dry Cleaning, you'll never want to launder your own clothes again.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you, 104.3 FM, WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, the channel 104.3 WQAM on YouTube, Miami 104.3 WQAM on Twitch, streaming live on the Odyssey app, iHeartRadio, and tune in for your ears. And you guys can also find us on demand on all your podcast platforms. So check us on out. Give us a subscribe there. And we appreciate your support always and forever. Let's get to our headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. At Doral Kia, choose for over 500 new Kia miles in inventory of the Sports, Sorrento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. The Miami Dolphins were back on the practice field today as they get ready for their preseason finale against the Jaguars. They signed cornerback Cameron Dantzler Sr. yesterday. Hold me closer, Cameron Dantzler. Set the -1, Brittany. I can see by his look of disgust.
-1.
I enjoyed it if it makes you feel better.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
The
No,
problem is I knew where that was going.
Anyway,
I'm doing the show with a black screen.
Listen, you got. I'm here. I'm still here, buddy. Don't worry.
No, I'll show you.
Do you want to hear a beautiful thought by one of the Dolphins linebackers, Tyrel Dodson?
Sure.
Tyrel Dodson was asked about the importance of the road trip for the Dolphins, spending all those days away from South Florida, and this is what he had to say on that.
Yeah, man, the mission was just become one, man. Just move as one. Like Bruce Lee said, like move as water. It doesn't matter, like you put water in the bottle, it becomes a water bottle. Just being adapt to anything, like chameleon. So it doesn't matter where you are, you just adapt to it, and you thrive in those situations no matter where you are.
I love this guy. This is my new favorite player.
Yes.
I love this guy.
There you go. Perfect.
I love it. What's not to love about that? Be water, my friends.
Okay.
That's what Bruce Lee said.
Steven said it best. Look at what happens when you're around Mike McDaniel.
That is a famous quote. That's one of the most famous Bruce Lee quotes there is. Be water.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about the be water part. It was about the water in the water bottle.
But he's right about that. The water becomes a water bottle. When water goes into a lake, it becomes a lake.
And it only makes it worse by you trying to justify the comments.
No, I think you need to hear it back because, again, hear him out on this. He's right.
Yeah, man, the mission was just become one, man. Just move as one. Like Bruce Lee said, like move as water. It doesn't matter, like you put water in the bottle, it becomes a water bottle. Just being adapt to anything, like chameleon. So it doesn't matter where you are, you just adapt to it, and you thrive in those situations no matter where you are.
Exactly. Because the chameleon can blend in.
Stop acting like you know what the hell he's talking about.
I know exactly what he's talking. We're all becoming one. Chameleon. That's exactly what that means. I don't know why everybody's giving him a hard time. Love Tyrel Dodson. Take your side now.
What's his number?
What's Tyrel Dodson's number? In the 50s.
Oh, hey, Dad, got him.
56. Tyrel Dodson's number. You have the roster right here.
He's number 11.
11?
Yeah,
linebacker's number? What linebacker number is that? 11. What are you, the backup quarterback?
They changed the rules, right? With the numbers now, you can do whatever you want.
That was perfect, right? That was perfect. I love that guy. Ooh, what's his number?
Stupid linebacker number.
Well, now you can have any kind of number you want.
I know, but even still, when you have all that choice, 11 can't be. It's not menacing.
When he was on the Seahawks, he was number 0. So
that's cool.
Randy won it. Randy Moss won it I think 11 or 12 or something like that, and they wouldn't let him do it.
I know. Well, he was what was he, 18 in
He wanted to be 18.
In Oakland, he was 18
so
for a little bit.
That's what they made him 81. But that's when they changed the rule. They changed the rule that you could wear teens.
11's a stupid number for a linebacker. That's
wide
receiver.
I say the worst numbers for linebackers is single digits.
Micah Parsons is 11.
I don't like it. You too big to have single digits.
I don't like it, Schmeathan. I don't like.
You know what I think of? That Florida lineman.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could barely see the number. It was rolled up and tucked in. Keyshawn wore 19. Yeah. Again, they changed that rule around that time. Was Keyshawn after or before Randy? Before.
Yeah, he's before.
I'm trying to think of what number Randy wanted to wear. They wouldn't let him wear it.
I like wide receivers in the 80s. I don't like that we went away from it. I think
11 was perfect for Jim Crash Jensen because he was a backup quarterback. That's why he wore 11.
But here's the thing that I like. Like I was watching last night, I was watching the Cowboys America's Team documentary.
Oh my God. Enough with these football documentaries.
Dude, it's really good. It's really good.
Enough.
No, I'm telling you, it's really good. First of all, they got characters, man. Like you got Michael Irvin, you got Jimmy Johnson, and you got Jerry. And Jerry's gonna tell some whoppers.
Yeah.
He's gonna dial it up for this documentary. And honestly, if you're a Canes fan, the first episode, spoiler alert, there's a big flashback to Jimmy with the Canes and with Michael Irvin, and he's like giving him the whole, hey, I hear my buddy's going to buy the Cowboys. So like you get some, there are some Miami ties in the early goings of this documentary. I am now an episode.
Are they still friends, or did they patch it up, or what?
Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten to the breakup part yet.
Did they go to Arkansas together?
I think they are both from Arkansas, and I believe that is their tie. Yeah.
Didn't Jerry play on the offensive line or something?
I believe he did, yes, but I don't know if he and Jimmy Johnson played at the same time. I don't think that Jimmy is that old.
Okay,
but they were.
It was like if he's in his late 70s, then it was about the time where you had 200-pound offensive line.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But it was good. It was off to a good start. They had just I got into the part where they got Charles Haley, and everybody was saying how crazy he was.
Right.
So that's where I'm at right now.
All right.
It was better than Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks has sucked, so I'm glad I have something football to watch at night while we wait for the games, of course. But it hasn't disappointed. I think it did debut yesterday or 2 days ago.
I don't know, dude. I like you follow stuff that nobody else follows.
Schmeathan says they're both 82. Man, Jimmy Johnson looks a lot better than Jerry Jones. Is that Key West? Like, why does he look so much better than him?
I mean, I don't know. I can't. Well, I mean, it might have to do something with that label that is blue.
Maybe. Too much whiskey. Well, it's off to a very good start. Very exciting. So if you're a Canes fan, you want to check that out, or just a football fan, it was vibes. I'll tell you one thing though. My favorite part so far was the old Jimmy Johnson practice footage where some guy's like, "I have asthma, coach." He goes, "Go have asthma on the other field." Cuts him.
Oh.
I was like, "Jeez,
dude, you would not believe how some of those." It is amazing how, like, compassionate, how much sympathy, and how cruel a coach can be within an hour.
Oof.
It's like, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I heard Bill Belichick say, "Son, you have another day like this evening, another practice like this evening. You won't be here tomorrow."
Jeez.
Never saw that guy again.
Evan 11 says Jerry Jones eats a McGriddle with every morning and adds salt. It's a no-brainer why he looks that way.
I mean, yeah.
Oh man, that's something. The Marlins, by the way, they lost yesterday.
Dude, when did they all of a sudden turn into bad news bears?
I don't know.
They have multiple errors in the game now. They boot the ball all over the place. It's like, this is not the same team I was watching 2 weeks ago.
It's a real shame because it really feels like they had this big moment and a lot of momentum after this Yankee series. And I know that they've taken on good competition. Don't get me wrong, but I also feel like they've shot themselves in the foot.
But no, when they started their run, they were playing some of the best teams in baseball.
I know. I don't know.
Like, look at what Milwaukee's doing. It's crazy.
They've really stunk.
The Yankees
hit 9 home runs yesterday.
9 home runs. It was like Looney Tunes. Dun, 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 dun. I think somebody hit one and thought it was a pop-up and it went out of the park.
Well, they were playing in a minor league park.
Where'd they play?
Well, Tampa, the Rays are playing.
Yeah.
They're playing at the spring training facility.
But here's the deal. It's still 300 plus.
I get you, but
I mean, it's a small ballpark, but the dimensions of home runs are still pretty consistent.
You had an Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger, and Giancarlo Stanton went back to back to back, which has to be.
Wait, was Giancarlo able to finish the game?
He was. He's been playing really well.
I mean, holy smokes, that guy.
He's been playing really well. A lot of Yankees fans, though, very sensitive because they feel like Aaron Judge is going to get screwed out of the MVP because Cal Raleigh is having the best season of a catcher in like a decade. So
it happened. Listen, fans of all sports, we hear this story all the time. There are times where guys who have won multiple MVPs or they come out and have even a better season and don't win the MVP that year.
Yep.
Like it happened to Jordan. It happened to Shaq.
Giannis, LeBron.
Right? Where the next year they have better years, better overall statistical years, and they don't win they don't win the MVP because we get tired of it. We get tired of it. Like, if you're the MVP, you're the MVP. Why are we getting tired? Why would anybody get on TV and say, I think we're a little tired of this guy?
But look, if you're going to go and say it's a whole, I do think there's an argument, like for a position like catcher where you're involved in every play and you're playing at a gold glove caliber. And yeah, okay, so you're only,
yes.
If you go
not
by
a position known for home runs, you can also consider that.
Right.
Aaron Judge is in the game because he hits home runs.
Yes.
Right. And when you look at catcher, he is in the game mostly to catch. And I remember back in the day where a catcher and a shortstop, if they hit you 20 home runs, they were Hall of Famers. It's not like that anymore.
We got to take this Augustine Ramirez. This dude needs to go to Pudge Rodriguez camp, dude. Like, this guy needs, I mean, he
needs to go to start reading those magazines like dude did in Major League.
Dude,
Major League 2.
It's crazy. Like, he is whiffing on like, I'm like, he just threw that to you. Like, what are you doing? He's really bad at catching.
He needs some glass. Wouldn't it be something if he came out like Wild Thing with glasses?
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Like, it's something.
We'll take a break. More to come here on the show. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. On 104.3. I think you didn't catch me. FM WQAM. Take you guys up until 2.
I love the way when I have computer problems.
Yeah.
Everybody has just this simple, solution. My screen is black because I dropped my computer.
Yep.
So I have to plug it up through the monitor.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is I'm looking up at the monitor, but my camera's down here.
I understand.
So that's what I'm just saying. It's awkward.
Is there any way to bring down the monitor so you feel less awkward?
Let's see.
Well, not. I mean, maybe
Don't do it now.
Maybe we experiment this during the break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it works. Now I can't see what I'm doing, but that's fine.
The little news that has come across the wire here, Leroy. Jake Paul has his next opponent, according to Mike Coppinger of The Ring magazine. Jake Paul
Davis
is going to be fighting Gervonta Tank Davis November 15th in Atlanta in an exhibition live on Netflix.
They called it an exhibition.
Well, you have to.
You know what that means.
Talks for Jake Paul to face Anthony Joshua collapsed over network issues. And Jake Paul's last fight took place at 200 pounds. And, of course, Gervonta Davis is the champion at lightweight, which is 135 pounds. He's 5'4". Now a dynamic knockout artist.
Dude, is this too much now?
Well, the plans were, I believe this was originally what he was going to do. And Gervonta Davis, a lot of people thought he lost his last fight to Lamont Roach. It ended up being called a draw. He also should have probably been disqualified because he left the ring in the middle of one of the rounds because something got in his eyes. And you're not supposed to do that. So anyway, he's, I guess, not fighting Lamont Roach, or maybe he is some down because there was some rumors rumbling over the week that he was going to fight Pacquiao in December, which would have been a really fun fight. I would have loved to see that. But now, no, he's going back to the Jake Paul plan. And so we get to see Jake Paul fight somebody in their prime, but he's very small.
Something about, I don't care how small, and I'm going to say this, but you can't match boxing skills with Gervonta Davis if you're Jake Paul.
Oh, no shot. No, not at all.
And so
hands are too fast.
Right.
Too fast.
And so I'm looking at this like he going to get pieced up.
Probably. I mean, we saw his brother fight Floyd Mayweather. We saw how that went.
I mean, Conor did better
against Floyd. Yeah, but his brother was lumbering in there, and that was down here at which of course led to the Jake Paul brawl, which is not my fault. It was not my fault.
It's also the scene of "Got to stay hydrated, champ."
That wasn't the scene. That was at the that was at the Versace mansion.
Oh, okay, Darren. All right.
At the Versace
at one of the press conferences, right?
Yeah, it was like the last media day, but then Floyd refused to talk to me because I think he thought it was a Jake Paul plant.
Of course.
He thought that I was like the one who stirred it all up last time, which I was not. I was just asking a question that happened to lead to him stealing his hat. But Jake Paul, it's still gonna make people crazy. Like, I think the thing that's funny about this is like the gimmick is in. Everyone's gonna tune in to see, can Jake Paul knock this out?
This is actually
Jake Paul get knocked out.
This is the first real boxer he's fought, right?
Depends how much you want to consider Tommy Fury a real boxer.
Come on, dude.
Tommy Fury beat him.
I know, but again, he also has never fought since.
I don't believe he has fought since. Oh, if he has, I don't think it's been very impressive. I don't recall it. He was crying after beating Jake Paul, which was a little embarrassing for him, to be honest with you.
He pulled the Rocky. I just wish that our country and your country could come together. I'm like, oh my God, stop.
I did this for my legacy. It's like
I have a hard time with this. You spend your whole life preparing and working for something. Why are you crying when you get there? That's where you want it to be.
Yeah, especially after beating a guy who I think, what did he have, 4 fights at the time?
Yeah.
You know? He's fought some boxers. He's fought some boxers in like Central Florida who had like, you know, not very impressive guys that he was able to knock out. But is this like the most elite boxer he's taken on? Yeah, I would say so. But again,
And he won't have to cut.
But again, he's 135 pounds.
He'll be 155 when they fight.
I don't think so, dude. He's not very big. Gervonta Davis, Leroy, he's a wee lad. He's tiny.
Bet you wouldn't say that to him to his face.
I couldn't because it would be right here.
You have to take a knee.
He's very small. No, he's excellent. I mean, like you marvel at the hand speed. But I'm just like, whoa. No, but look, I've seen him do a workout one time up close. Like, yeah, he hits very hard for his size.
He's like my height.
No, he is. He's very tiny. Very, very tiny. That's why I want to see him versus Pacquiao.
Remember we went to the fights with the little MMA guy and they carried him on the shoulders?
I do remember that, yes.
That I felt uncomfortable.
Because
now, he did win.
He did win.
But I still felt uncomfortable that he got carried into the ring.
Man, that's something. Anyway, Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul, November 15th, coming to Atlanta. We'll take a break, play our favorite Wednesday game. Rats Off a Ship. That's next.
budget, dust mopping, crust ass hoe. Surprise come.
Hope we're not disturbing you, Leroy.
Why?
You need to grow up. You need to grow up, Peter Pan.
What?
Let's get to our favorite Wednesday game. That's all for ship. What do you got for us today, Jennifer? Gather yourself.
What am I hearing?
Who, me? The long guy.
Oh, okay. I thought it was your phone still. I'm so sorry.
No.
This is wonderful. Okay, well, first off, we have Cam Smith redemption.
All right, Cam Smith, he kind of had some good moments in the last preseason game. Dolphins, obviously, they're signing people from the Rocks Football League. They obviously need somebody to step up. Let's hear what Anthony Weaver had to say on Cam Smith.
I think you saw some physicality, particularly with the play he made on 3rd and 1 on the stop there. That's one of the things. You know Cam has coverage ability, right? His movement skills are elite. The thing you worry about is just his physicality when tackling. And when he's been challenged with that, he showed up. So hopefully that gives him some confidence. We see continued growth there.
Man, that's nice to hear from Anthony Weaver. I think I'm still rats off a ship because, I mean, he's playing in the 4th quarter of a game where backup started. But I'm hoping. I don't want to be rats off a ship. It just feels like my rats are naturally going to go off the ship.
So
Rats off a ship.
my question is this. Are we rats off a ship because we thinking about damn time? Or are we rats on the ship because we're like, finally he getting it together?
The question
I'm
is,
torn. I'm torn.
Is he going to redeem himself? Is there Cam Smith redemption?
I'm going to say yes, because he ain't got no choice because we don't have no corners.
So just process of elimination, he's going to end up there?
Yes.
Interesting.
Now, if they go out and treat him like Tyler Hero, then we're going to have another conversation.
Okay. Jennifer?
I'm also rats off a ship.
Yeah.
Rats off a ship.
The whale rats are very confusing.
They're not whale rats.
They look like whale rats.
Why are they doing synchronized swimming and running on water like Jesus?
You can see it has
like mermaid tails.
Like, and one doing like Jesus rat. He running on top of the water.
Yeah. Like, what is he? Is he performing miracles at the rat church?
Look, that's what we got, okay?
I bet you
Love it.
When Jennifer was putting it together, she's like, "Oh, this is gonna be so cool."
Oh, I was cracking
and then,
up the
and, wait,
entire
and
time.
now she's like, "I forgot. I was dealing with these two idiots."
No. I figured I have to constantly think the worst. And
That's not fair.
And then wonder, am I okay with this? And usually, yeah.
Brittany, where are your whale rats on the
My-
redemption?
My whale rats are rats off a
Rats
ship.
off a ship.
They're off the ship. I
Sexy
feel
Sauce
like-
says, "I find the amputated rats very disturbing."
It looks like a tadpole.
it's no, they're concerning. They're definitely mutated somewhere in some way, some capacity.
I mean, I'm more than sure when Jennifer put them on there, she wasn't making sure they had all of their body parts. She
I
was like,
saw
"Okay."
4, okay? So you know what? 4 legs, we're fine. Keep
Okay.
moving. I don't got time to be counting more.
Well, where are your amputated rats for number 2?
Okay. Well, we have Ed Orgeron drinking 12 Red Bulls a day while coaching.
Rats off a ship. He already sounds like a monster. You can't have him, caffeinated out of his mind like that, sounding like that. It's just like, could you imagine? Like, you can't understand a word he says except for Leroy. And now it's high paced because huh? Rats off a ship. Too much.
Yeah, I don't think at the way he's built, he shouldn't be putting no more pressure on his heart.
Yeah.
And all that caffeine and if he need that many Red Bulls to get him going, when he's off a Red Bull, is he just passed out?
I don't know, dude.
Like 12 Red Bulls, dude, you could check your own heartbeat. Just put your hand on it.
You don't even have to put your hand. You're going to feel it.
Right. Or you can hear, you ever hear your heartbeat through your ears? Like when you're laying on the side and you can hear your heartbeat? Yeah, like that.
His heart's going to be beating like a jackrabbit. So calm down, Ed Orgeron.
I mean, where is he now? Wasn't he helping somebody or something?
He was helping the Canes. I think his son was on the staff. I don't know where he is now. I think he's been doing a lot of media that says like he's getting the itch to coach again. So we'll see.
You know, you can always get a job if you win a national championship, right? Except
of course.
Except for the coach from Miami.
Larry Coker did get another. He started his own program. Go Roadrunners.
Okay, but what I mean is, you know what the hell I mean. We ain't upstarting a program.
Jennifer, where are your rats with Red Bulled up Ed Orgeron?
I don't even want Red Bull once. 12? That's absolutely insane. It's terrible for you. Super rats off of shit.
Rats off of shit.
Crazy. Brittany?
That's like insanely concerning. So rats off a ship.
Yeah.
After
There's
one-
no way.
There
is no way you could drink 12 Red Bulls
I
in
feel
a
like
day.
he's lying almost. Like I feel like he's lying.
I don't know.
There's no way that someone can drink 12 Red Bulls in one day.
Didn't John Daly at one point drink like 30 Diet Cokes a day?
That's Diet Coke.
But yeah, that's Diet Coke. That's different.
It's still a caffeinated
I mean,
beverage.
Red Bull's like a sippy cup. He also had 20 beers and smoked 2 packs of cigarettes.
I wonder if it was an 8-ouncer. If it's an 8-ouncer, maybe that's what he did. He just wanted the one little shot.
No,
Even with that, like, even with the
12 Red Bulls, 96 ounces of Red Bull.
Like that's
dude, your head's supposed to be on the swivel. Like no.
How do you even concentrate at one point?
I feel like he's lying.
I
would like to call BS on him.
I don't think Ed Orgeron's a liar though, dude. He's built like somebody who could chug that many energy drinks.
I can't drink 2 Celsius.
Yeah, but you're not built like Ed Orgeron. The Ed Orgeron like just looks like a monster.
I promise you, I've burned more energy in my life than Ed Orgeron.
Yeah, but I also feel like you're running through more quality fuel than Ed Orgeron. Ed Orgeron looks like he does nothing but energy drinks and Slim Jims.
It's true.
Enough to kill a small elephant.
What's enough to kill a small elephant?
All those Red Bulls.
Oh, that's what you said?
No
way.
Drinking that.
I'm rats on the ship. I don't even believe the
Bible
story.
says.
Wow. Brittany,
I'm not buying it.
Where are your rats, Brittany?
My rats were off the ship.
I'm
I'm calling BS. I think he's a liar.
Wow. I would never call Ed Orgeron. I'd call Ed Orgeron a lot of things. I would never call him a liar.
Why? You wouldn't be able to understand his response.
I did the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Go Tiger.
Wait, could you imagine him in court? Oh my goodness. Look, Dave South broke it down. 12 Red Bulls is 1,332 milligrams of caffeine.
How much is that supposed to be? How much are you supposed to have a day? Like what's a healthy amount?
Couple hundred.
How much is in a Cafe Bustelo? Just like a full cup.
I don't know, but with the way we do
Why are
it,
you drinking a full cup of coffee? You shouldn't be doing that.
No, that's how we do it.
That's how I do it.
Let me tell you the trick. Let me tell you what the trick is.
A whole normal cup?
Let me tell you what the trick is. You put the little thing into the machine, you hit 4 ounces. And then you take another one, hit 4 ounces.
Google says 400 milligrams. That's about 2 to 3 12 fluid ounces of coffee or Coca-Cola.
So he's basically having 14 cups of coffee a day.
They do say that he like coaches don't sleep. So I don't know. What's number 3, Jennifer?
How do we feel about going to jail for 10 years for stealing Heat jerseys?
I'm gonna say I'm rats off a ship on that.
Would you think he should get life?
Well, he got 10. That's crazy. 10 years.
Well, probably because he pled guilty.
He did plead guilty.
So,
He did plead.
so if he had gone to trial,
that would have been more, I think, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely, because you can get charged for each theft, and it's over a certain amount, so it's like big time heist.
You think he flipped on anybody? You think anybody else is going down with him?
He wasn't sharing that money with nobody.
I don't know.
We found 400 items in his house.
That's true.
First of all, you know why criminals are criminals? Because they're dumb, right? Because guess what? If we calling you a criminal, that means you got caught. If you ain't get caught, nobody knows what you are.
Some criminals get away with it.
The fact that he stole all these items, okay, that was crafty, right?
Yes.
Ingenious. Nobody would ever know. He kept them at his house.
In fairness, though, Leroy, he kept this hidden for like 6 years.
They were at his house.
I understand.
You know somebody. What do you think when he were building their museum and they went into the room and they go, Pat, where's that stuff?
I really want to know. I want to know the story.
I want to know who found out first.
Who found? You think it was Todd the intern? Like who the hell found out that he?
Is it Mr. Riley, you told me to go into the room and get all the stuff and get it ready for the museum, but ain't nothing in the room.
We need Netflix or Hulu to get on this.
I agree.
All these LeBron jerseys are spelled backwards.
My wife Mel was watching the story of what's that name? Eileen, the serial killer. That Charlize Theron played in the movie.
Okay, the monster.
And it is amazing how they made Charlize Theron look exactly like her.
Yeah.
It was wow.
Didn't she win an Oscar for that?
She might have, but I will tell you this: that lady was crazy.
You don't.
She got convicted of 8 deaths, and she said they set me up. No, they set you up.
You could always go with that.
You can get set up once, not 8 times.
It would have been great if this guy said that he was set up.
No, well, because I mean, think about this.
Do you think he gets up to
he
the?
Sold a $3 million jersey for $100,000.
Oh, he was trying to move this stuff fast.
So the person, not if he had 400 items in his house for 6 years.
Could turn it. That's a bunch of 100,000s.
And he probably had in his mind, I don't want to sell it too fast. People will get onto it.
Mr. Perez, do you have anything to say?
So what happens to the items? Do they get to go back and get the items?
I think the Heat are trying to get them back. I believe that's what they're trying to do. I believe
they
get
try to buy them back.
I think sentencing is October 30th. I don't think they have to buy them. Oh, you mean I think if you buy a stolen item, I think it goes back. I think they can confiscate it as evidence.
So, but wait, it was auctioned for $3.7 million. The auction place that auctioned it, are they on the hook?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think so.
I'm saying? Because
no, for sure.
The guy that buys it from the auction house, he don't know it's stolen. They certified that stuff.
He just gets there. You have anything to say, Mr. Perez? Can you feel the heat down in your soul?
Man,
what are you in for, sir? Stole a lot of LeBron jerseys and Birdman's headband.
The law is called, hey, Steven said the law is called Too Bad, So Sad.
Anyway, I'm rats off a ship on going to jail for stealing Heat stuff. Leroy?
Rats off a ship? No, he need to go to jail. You can't get the stuff back. He need to pay. He got off easy, I think.
Jennifer?
Dude, you understand? He stole, just with the stuff, he got $1.8 million or $1.9 million. One of the items he stole sold for $3.7 million.
Yep.
So imagine how much stuff. If somebody stole $5 million of stuff from you and they said, oh, they pleaded out to 10 years, you'll be mad as hell.
Sheesh.
No, he didn't. No. And hold on. And he's a cop.
Was.
Whatever.
Was. When he was doing this, he wasn't a cop. He was a security guard for the Heat.
Okay, but you think a cop would know how to get rid of the stuff?
And by the way, became such a good cop for the Heat, then the NBA hired him.
Wow. So can we find the NBA? Because when a player get caught up in that, they quick to suspend and fine. How does that work when the NBA is
Crazy.
When the NBA is responsible.
Jennifer, your rats.
I don't even know if I'm rats off a ship or not.
Jeffrey's like, if I were to commit a crime, this would be the one.
No, I never said that.
Wait,
Nope.
nobody. It wasn't a crime that you choked out Washington?
I never did that either. Let's go ahead. You know what? And now I'm rats off a ship. You're putting false accusations out there. Stop it.
Technically, it's destruction of property and not murder.
Just say,
I'm the only bird that only lived for 12 years.
Yeah. J-Fig killed a parrot, Brittany, just in case you didn't know.
No, I
It
didn't.
always gets referenced and no one ever explains it.
Oh,
to
I'm
me.
sorry. Yeah, no, J-Fig totally murdered a parrot.
She was babysitting a parrot.
Look, you weren't there. I'm the only one that's allowed to tell the story.
Okay, tell the story then.
Okay, go ahead, murderer.
Do we have time for a story?
Nah, because Gutlen's gonna yell at me. But I'll let you tell this. I'll let you tell the story next hour.
Okay.
Take
The
a break.
FM crew.
We're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you on 104.3 FM, WQAM. Going to get to some headlines, including some training camp coverage, and Odyssey Sports training camp coverage is brought to you nationally by Geico. Switch and save and get more with Geico. As lots happening in the football world. But, of course, locally, the Dolphins get ready for Jacksonville Jaguars, their final preseason game. So our headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. At Doral Kia, choose from over 500 new Kia miles in inventory at the Sports, Sorrento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. Dolphins had practice today. Aaron Brewer was in the orange jersey. Alec Ingold, Mo Kamara out of concussion protocol, which is good news. Matthew Judon made his practice debut, had a couple of sacks in practice.
Now, were they in full pads?
Yes.
Okay. I like when they say somebody had a sack and shorts, it literally drives me crazy.
You still can't touch the quarterback, but they said it would have been
assumption. Close enough.
Close enough. Close enough. Andrew Meyer was seen at practice with an elbow brace on. Kenneth Grant not at practice. So there's something to keep an eye on with this. And yeah, that is that with what's going on. We had is Brittany backstage? Because I don't think people can hear us if she is. The audience there. Just making sure, because otherwise the radio audience won't be able to hear us. Won't go through the board. Also, we have the Marlins. They're going to hopefully get it going because, yeesh. I mean,
yeesh is right.
It's been rough sledding right now for the Fish. They lose yesterday. They play the Cardinals today. 6:40 is your first pitch. I think Sandy's on the hill tonight. He is 6:40. Then they're off tomorrow. And they got the Blue Jays coming up on Friday.
Woo! Also, really good.
Tough team. So, yeah, Brittany, just to let you know, J-Fig totally murdered a parrot.
Oh, yes. I need to hear the story.
Did it?
No, you murdered that parrot.
No. Okay. They're taking
now.
over his
Let's keep in
story.
mind. Wait, parrots usually live for 100 years.
100 years.
In fact, I had a parrot. They said if the parrot dies before you get another one. And the parrot that I got in 1990 is still alive.
Parrot's got like the most durability of any pet. And somehow J-Fig had to bird sit one time and curtains.
Awesome. Okay, can I tell a story now?
Hey, why did you say
the real story?
Sure, go ahead.
I mean, if your cover up, go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
It's not a cover up, okay? Brittany, I'm not a liar, okay? I say things and I mean them, okay? So, my boss previously had usually one of us go house sit while he was out of town or something, or like if something was happening at his place. So this time around, they told me to go, and they had like a steamer coming in to steam the couches and clean them or whatever. And he had his best friend, aka a parrot, in the house.
Name Washington. Let's respect the dead.
And Washington was a very, very loud, annoying bird. Let's keep that.
So you're giving reasons why you smoke.
Because I'm going to give you, this is the reason why I realized something was wrong with Washington. So then the steamer people come in, they're cleaning the couch. I'm working in a corner with my laptop, and Washington just didn't stop. He just kept whatever. Then out of nowhere, the things got a little bit silent, and then the steamer people left. And then I'm working and I realized, hey, I haven't heard the bird in quite some time. So when I go check the bird is done for. He's on the bottom of the cage, and I didn't know what to do. So I called everyone.
Maybe he was going, bird in distress, bird in distress.
It wasn't my fault, okay? I didn't do anything.
You know, Leroy, we've heard this story a bevy of times, right? This charade that she's putting up there, which she's stumbling through. You ever remember the steamers ever being part of the story? Now all of a sudden there's
they were. They were always a part of the story.
Now there's an alibi all of a sudden.
Now
all of a sudden there's an alibi.
Okay?
There was another. There's another suspect.
Jennifer,
I always said
you know we're right here. You have never mentioned that damn steamer.
Never mentioned those steamers.
You can go ahead and go back
Nope.
to the original video of
The original video. I do have the original video. The original was you were on feeding duty for that bird, and you forgot to feed him, and then all of a sudden,
I didn't. I fed the bird. Fed the bird and whatever.
What the hell is Stanley Steamer coming over to their house?
Okay, look.
when they're not there.
Steamer. Don't say Stanley Steamer because it was not Stanley Steamer.
Fine, whatever steamer company it was.
Look,
this is the first we've heard of it in this story.
No, he is correct because I said he was a very attractive steamer.
I don't know who to believe, but
well, I tell you one fact that the whole matter is
innocent, and I would never kill a bird.
One fact.
Are you trying to say some certified possum holder murdered that bird?
No, it's just happened. I guess the steam or whatever. It's just natural causes. Okay. I didn't do anything.
Natural causes, huh?
Was the bird 110? Because that's the only way they die. Natural causes.
Questions.
Were you in on some kind of a crime with this hot steamer guy, and then all of a sudden the bird said, "Rah, thief!" Rah,
Yeah,
and you thought you had to get rid of the bird?
like, what if the steamer was annoyed by the bird and killed the bird?
No, because the steamer never got close to the bird.
Oh,
How
so
do
the
you know
steamer
that?
didn't do it.
Because I was watching the entire time.
I thought that you heard the bird. And then all
I
of a
am
sudden,
I am watching the steamer do his job. I'm doing my job, and I'm making sure nothing is being touched. Besides
he did the job all right.
No.
So you never noticed the bird fall to the bottom of the cage?
No.
Of
And
course.
also, there's cameras in the house. So,
Now there's cameras. There's a steamer guy. There's a camera, Leroy.
You're
all these
crazy,
alibis
Quinn.
for all this time. It's
crazy.
insane.
I would tell
This
you
is-
like this. Sound like you got some old OnlyFans stuff going on there. Cameras all over the place.
hot
Stanley
steamer guy.
That's
All of
the
a sudden,
start- that's the start of a nice scene in OnlyFans.
I don't know what's going on here.
Accuse me of things, especially with OnlyFans.
All we accused you of was murdering a bird.
I never did that.
All right. Well, I don't know what to tell you. It seems to me there's every time we tell this story, there's new wrinkles.
Think about the story.
No, it's
You see,
the same
there
story.
I was house sitting, doing my work, when a hot ass Stanley
Leroy,
steamer
get
guy
your
comes
head
in.
out of the gutter.
Hot Stanley steamer guy comes in. Oh, I'm sorry, not
you're on
Stanley
the clock.
steamer, but steamer company comes in.
Right.
Why would I
We have
talk
words.
about that?
His name was Stanley Steamer.
We have
Stop
words.
saying Stanley Steamer. That company's gonna come for me. I didn't. It wasn't them.
Oh, why? Were they in on it?
No, but don't put someone's company under the bus when it was not even their company.
We didn't put anybody under the bus. We want to know who put Washington under.
You know what? The Earth probably did him a favor.
This is what I think. I think, and this is
Mother
this is
Nature did him a favor.
my whole read on the situation is that Washington was about to snitch on something. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was maybe
Snitch on
Washington.
what? Now this is becoming some kind of crime.
I don't
didn't
know.
do anything.
I don't trust the steamer.
Cameras everywhere. I can see what you're doing.
You're not doing your photoshops. Right, stop scrolling on the gram. I'm
Are
gonna
you
tell
done
the
adding
boss.
to the story?
Can I ask you a question, Jennifer?
No.
Where the hell did you think this story was gonna go if you tried to defend us? You've been around us too long.
When I said this story, I was newly on the show, which is why we had that segment. I didn't know it was gonna come to you guys accusing me of murder.
I mean, we didn't accuse you of murder.
Bird
You
murder?
led us to believe you murdered that bird.
Well, what happened?
Didn't.
Wait, here's it. Look, we have bro science, right? This is how we do things.
Fix
you
it.
You go over to the house to babysit the bird. Bird dies. How are we supposed to take?
Yeah.
Bird was alive when you got there,
Longest.
and when you left.
I mean, the life expectancy of a parrot is quite long, and then all of a sudden, one babysitting job, and
It's not like I was playing with Washington in the corner, okay? I didn't do anything. He stayed in his cage the entire time.
Well,
Did the owner get upset with you?
until he got a little too chatty and knew a little too much.
Yeah.
Or the owner's upset with you?
No, the owner started crying on the phone when I told him.
Yeah.
Really? If you didn't do nothing, why are you crying?
Not me, the owner.
Oh, he was crying because Bird died?
I just told you that was
I got
his
a
best friend.
whole nother list of questions.
Exactly.
Well, so we know it wasn't the owner if he was crying.
Yeah.
He wasn't there. That's why I was house sitting.
I just think it's a little
Hey,
odd. Like,
let me ask you a question. Did you house sit after that?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago, guys.
yeah, that's a no.
That's how you know if the owner blames you.
Of course he blames her. She murdered that bird.
You still talk to the owner? Did he talk to you after? Because if he did, then he
Yeah,
thinks
he
he's
spoke to me after.
Was he trying to get a read on the situation?
He was investigating.
No. He was fine. Like he knew I didn't do anything. Aside from him being a terrible person, he actually did not accuse me of anything like you guys.
Terrible person, as in you want revenge and making him cry?
No.
By taking away his prized bird possession?
See, I wouldn't put an animal or anything like that.
Oh, this is
in
like
the middle.
This is like Horrible Bosses Part 2.
Part 3 or 4 because there's like 2 already.
Oh, did they have a Part 2?
Yeah.
I was part nothing because I'm dead.
Stop! You keep laughing through your lies, Tobin.
I was just minding my own business, eating my little seeds.
All I said was get back to work. And she said, how about this? Why don't you get
I was working the entire time.
She was working all right on my death.
She was working on her cover story. I could see it.
The steamer guy was there.
That's crazy. No. I really hope they're not listening to it because they're going to, this case will just open back up when I didn't do anything.
My owner didn't even have
Hey,
carpet.
steamer guy, if you're available, could you please call into the show? I know it's years later.
I don't think he knew anything.
You wasn't giving him the...
You know what? Steamers can be quite loud, Leroy, almost as if you needed a background distraction to pull off a crime.
I don't like you guys right now. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm going to just say this. You had to know.
Yep.
Had to know what?
If you mentioned that story, that it was going to...
If I would have known, I would have known.
I mean, Brittany, do you not find it suspicious? This was all for you. You wanted to know the story.
No, I do. I find it very suspicious. Like I said earlier, it's just bad at me now. It's gonna come for me, you guys.
Wait, it's not our fault you stumbled through the story.
Right.
The bird.
I'm just saying.
It's just very odd. I don't know. It's just a very odd
It's
story.
an odd story, which is what I said.
Right, it's an
I thought
odd
it would
story.
be like a funny story for
Okay,
us to talk about.
I just want to be clear here.
Back
Just so
then.
you didn't murder him.
No.
Supposedly there was some steaming company that was there.
Yes.
This bird, though, you did hate because he was very loud. You hated the owner even more. You were entrusted with watching the house, which would lead me to believe you knew where these security cameras were for blind spots.
Oh, shit.
But a parrot, which
He's got you with a plan,
right,
and organized attack.
but a parrot which lives a century, a parrot which lives a century, lived to 10% of its life naturally
Under your care.
under your care.
You had motive. You had time.
You did have motive.
Somebody said, "What's the
Bird
motive?"
had a bunch of stuff going on. Okay, it had its own issues.
What if you had bird flu?
Oh, now the bird has
he had like anxiety or something. I don't know. I don't know things about
anxiety.
Yeah, that would be. I would be anxious around the.
No, I don't know.
Hey, bird, tell me what's wrong. I'm a little nervous right now.
I'm stressed out because I live with a man.
I need a Xanax. Did you give him something?
Maybe he had too much Red Bull.
She slipped a Zanny in my cracker.
Wait a minute. You diagnosed the bird with anxiety.
Like
No, I'm just giving you information that I remember that they told me. Something was wrong with the bird.
Right. When you're stuck in a place with a murderer, you become a captive.
Oh my goodness. I mean, seeing the end of your life is probably anxiety filled.
Look, no, stop it. No, I didn't do anything.
I mean, the more, wait, can I just say, the more you peel back of this story, the more guilty you look.
Because go back to the first video ever, okay? I'm done talking about
the bird.
This is crazy.
I never did anything with the bird, but all of a sudden, the bird had anxiety.
That's what they told me.
You're laughing yourself. It sounds ridiculous.
Because it is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous story.
It's like call Big Lou. He has anxiety too.
Big Lou, save me!
Big Lou, I'm on wife number 2.
We'll take a break. We're back after this.
Did you read To Kill a Mockingbird? You said yes.
No.
There's a manual.
I think I hate you guys.
Okay, we'll go to break now.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you. 104.3 FM, WQAM. Let's get to...
Jay Gatto said, I love how this all started with Leroy insinuating Jay Fink was doing OnlyFans. Then she ended up in radio court for being a birderer.
Crazy accusation.
For what it's worth,
I've never done both.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I never thought about the OnlyFans thing, only the birdering.
Hey. I mean, you haven't, but I mean,
never will.
Okay.
He wants to bring up the McRib thing.
I'm not going to. Nope.
Training camp reports are brought to you by Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges. Enroll today in one of over 60 Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges affordable training programs and get fast-tracked to a financially rewarding career in 1 to 2 years. Convenient day and evening classes give you the flexibility you need while you learn. Go to careerinayear.com and get there. Want an update on a story we were talking about yesterday, which was that Cam Ward got into a little scuffle with Jeffery Simmons, his teammate in Tennessee. And then Jeffery Simmons took this to Twitter, said they're all good, but he did address the media for the first time about this. And it went, you know, it wasn't the most fluid because people were still trying to get some deets on it. And he wasn't the most open on that. He wanted to make his statement and move on. And here it was.
Shouldn't get blowed up. It's training camp, temper flares, move on. And then that day, you know, can't touch the quarterback. It's the same thing. If we joint practice and somebody touch our quarterback, trust me, I'm going to be the first one in there. So I respect the hell out of our offense for having their quarterback back, having our quarterback back. But at the end of the day, you know, it's football. We, you know, offensive line, defensive line, trenches, it's hot. Temper flare, we all tired. At the end of the day, we family. We moved on from it. We're not going to keep talking about it each and every day. It happened yesterday. We came back to work as a team. Yesterday, we left it on the field. Came back, got the correction, moved on. So I'm done talking about it. That's it. Any football questions, you know, that's that.
So hands off the quarterback. You
Next
put
question.
Hands on the quarterback.
Next question.
And it's our fault.
Anybody got a football question?
That's a football question, Jeff. Isn't it easy for you to admittedly cross the line and to just say I'm done talking about it?
Football question, please.
He actually said it about as perfectly as you can explain it, to where there shouldn't be any follow-up questions, right? He said, look, at the end of the day, you're not allowed to touch the quarterback. If we're in a joint practice and they touch our quarterback, I would be the first one to defend my quarterback. So that's what the offensive line did. We got into it. It's over. It happens, right? So what do you need to dig in? What do you need to know more of? What is there to know about? I don't understand. You spend the same amount of time in that hot ass sun for 2-3 hours a day for like 3 or 4 weeks. It's gonna get testy on some days. I don't know why they don't think that these guys aren't human too. Like, you know, I'm tired of dealing with you every day. Let's fight. It happens.
Especially if you have the Zombieland celebration in your face.
Okay, yeah. And guess what? I will say this. Camp in the sun with the coaches yelling at you, trying to get things to perfection, people get a little testy out there. You don't even want to be testy. Somebody could come up to you and say, what's up? And you want to fight them. It's that type of camp is that way. So, like, why are we acting like this is a big deal? Like that reporter want to ask a whole bunch of questions. About what? What else could he possibly have to ask when the guy told him exactly what happened? That's the part of it that pisses me off, because you're a grown man. He broke it down as clearly as he could, but you got to be a jackass and keep asking questions. And then you're going to hide behind, I'm just doing my job.
We didn't do it. We're supposed to be punished for it.
Right.
I heard
And you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Can you play that again, Brittany? The exchange.
Shouldn't get blowed up. It's training camp, temper flares, move on, and then that day, can't touch the quarterback. It's the same thing. If we joint practice and somebody touch our quarterback, trust me, I'm going to be the first one in there. So I respect the hell out of our offense for having their quarterback back, having our quarterback back. But at the end of the day, it's football. We, offensive line, defensive line, trenches, it's hot. Shit, temper flare, we all tired. At the end of the day, we family. We moved on from it. We're not going to keep talking about it each and every day. It happened yesterday. We came back to work as a team. Yesterday, we left it on the field. Came back, got the correction, moved on. So I'm done talking about it. That's it. Any football questions, that's that.
So hands off the quarterback.
Next question.
Hands on the quarterback.
Next question.
And it's our fault.
Anybody got a football question?
That's a football question, Jeff. Isn't it easy for you to admittedly cross the line and just say, I'm done talking about it?
Football question, please.
See what I mean? Like, as a football player, when are we going to look at that and say, isn't that a bit unnecessary? He basically asked a follow-up question of exactly what the guy explained what happened. So don't touch the quarterback. Isn't that what I just said? Right? So, like, when are we going to hold these grown-ass men accountable for asking stupid questions? See, I would have called him out. Like, contrary to what he did, he played nice. I would have called him out because he a grown man that's a professional, and he's still doing that stuff. Oh, he would have got the business.
Jukebox says, did they interview him after he ran up some stairs? No, they interviewed him after he did practice.
After he get right off the field from practice. Have I wanted to punch a media member because see, here's where I was creative, right? What I did was, when one of them asked me a stupid or ridiculous question, I went out of my way to calmly try and embarrass the hell out of him, so that everybody else knew how ridiculous it was. For example, after a game, somebody asked me a question, and it was a dumb question. All the reporters looked up, and I said, my man, I just been out of this game for like 15 minutes. I ain't had time to review no tape, no film, or nothing. I said, do you take notes during the game? He said, yeah. And I said, let me tell you, you take notes. You had 15 minutes to prepare your questions. You had a whole game to prepare questions about that moment. And this is the best you could come up with? I said, and you questioning whether I should have my job? And guess what? Scatter. They all scatter. But that's it. You got to do it. They do the same thing they do to you because they trying to get clicks on your off of your back, so you return the fire. But do it. You got to do it in a way so nobody accuse you of getting angry or nobody accuse you of do it with a calm voice. And he said, I know this might seem like a stupid question. I say, there are no stupid questions, just stupid people that ask stupid questions.
Damage is done, my friend.
Right. So, I have a hard time with, keep in mind, most of these reporters and writers are much older than the players, which means they should be more professional. Yet we look at the 20-something-year-old and get mad when they being 20-something. It's crazy to me.
We'll take a break. Final segment coming on up. We're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 104.3 FM WQAM.
I'm watching something on Twitter.
What are you watching?
I don't know how to receive it.
Okay.
And I don't want to sound insensitive, mean. I just don't know how to receive it. So when I tell you, I think nothing of it.
Okay.
The Minnesota Vikings have a male dance person.
Yeah, there's a male cheerleader. I've seen it.
It's not a cheerleader. Is it a cheerleader or a dance?
He's on the cheerleading squad.
Right. And people are flipping out.
People are stupid.
I don't think you know what? Here's how the world should work versus how it works. The more happy people are in the world, the better the world is.
I couldn't
If
imagine
people feel uncomfortable being who they are because of you and what your sensibilities are, the world becomes a worse place.
I couldn't imagine
So mind your business.
I couldn't imagine spending 30 seconds of my life being outraged about something like this.
Right. Me neither. Like I was just looking at it on Twitter. I saw the comments and I was like, wow.
What difference does that make?
Right. Like I'm like that, like that's the stand you're gonna take because of that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, why isn't the world better? Because there's a whole lot of people taking moral high grounds about a lot of different topics, but the world seems to still be going to crap.
Because they're not taking moral high grounds. They're
right.
they're rage baiting. That's all it is.
Right. Right.
When you're just looking to get a reaction on social media about dumb stuff,
yeah.
it's a market for it.
But I was just saying, I was taken aback by it, but not that I thought anything was wrong with it. I was just like, oh, okay.
The entire organization has a fake Viking come out. He just is in costume. He's probably a theater kid.
No. Viking dude is big and burly.
And is he really a Viking, Leroy? No. He is doing art. Theater.
But you know what's funny?
Do you want a real Viking to go out there?
No, you know what's funny? No, he has the snowmobile.
Yeah.
I've ridden on the back of that thing.
Let's get to 15 minutes of Gameday Uncensored, which is brought to you by the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Get offers on select models now through September 2nd. Learn more at Lexus.com. Gameday Uncensored, by the way, will come your way at 4 o'clock on Saturday for the final preseason game as we're revving up. It's a dress rehearsal. That's why we're doing 3 hours. We're moving all the way up to the 4-hour pregame show for the regular season.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So all the starters are going to go into.
We're all going.
All
the starters
go into the second half.
Yep. All the starters are going. Which leads us to stock up, stock down.
Oh, why?
From the Sun Sentinels, David Furones, stock up. Cornerbacks. Jack Jones and Jason Marshall Jr. are coming along strong right between Wednesday's practice and their efforts in the preseason game at Detroit, as the preseason cornerback competition will soon conclude. For a unit in need of players to step up, Jones and Marshalls are hot during the ideal juncture of camp with roster cuts coming Tuesday.
So, question, is it hard to evaluate the cornerbacks when your two best wide receivers aren't practicing? Because think
Waddle
of the level
practice today.
Huh?
Waddle practice today.
Okay. All right. But you understand what I'm saying?
Tyreek did not, though.
You understand what I'm saying? So
what?
I would say that, I mean, somebody got to shine, right? You got 5 DBs out.
You would hope somebody does step up.
Right.
Jack Jones apparently said on, this is from Isaiah Smalls from the Miami Herald. Jack Jones with an honest evaluation of his performance against Amon-Ra St. Brown. Quote, y'all saw the tape. He cooked me.
Yeah. I like your honesty. I appreciate it. Like, thank you, Captain Obvious. But like, let's work on that. Let's work on that.
Stock down. Tua Tagovailoa.
All right.
Tagovailoa had a down day, but that probably means that he'll have a bounce back effort against an opponent when he faces the Jaguars at Dolphins headquarters on Thursday. Zach Wilson also had a rough outing, Also
Yeah.
of note, it's peculiar how nickel cornerback Mike Hilton barely sees any practice reps, and when he does, he comes in with the lower units. That said, defensive coordinator Anthony Weaver said sitting him out on Saturday's exhibition was because the team knows what they have in him.
So question, if all the quarterbacks struggled on the same day, maybe it was a period in time where they were working on a certain throw.
Maybe.
That's what camp is for, right? To see whether you can make that throw. And so I don't make anything of it. I would say that if your quarterback goes a whole camp without throwing a pick, somebody is not telling the truth.
Also, stock can always go back up, dude. Like, it doesn't have to stay down. That's the beauty of stock up, stock down.
The ebbs and flow of camp.
We're saying the same thing.
Yeah. No. I didn't say you said anything wrong.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
Okay.
I don't want to. I just, sometimes you don't, appreciate stock up, stock down. Seems like you like today's report.
I don't. No, I don't.
No, it seemed like I think you kind of dug it.
Let's be clear. I play a little stupid game, okay, but I don't like it.
It's not a stupid game. Just seeing what the reporters, boots on the ground, are saying.
It is a stupid game because football, like sports, is an up and down thing, right? If every day you were stock up, you'd be damn near a Hall of Famer.
Right.
Right. So understand, and you got to put it in the context that, like, yeah, every day is not going to be great.
You don't want to have an Apple stock when you're in camp,
No, the fact that you mentioned Apple stock, it means stock down. Apple stock is penny stock right now. Getting ready to do chapter 11.
Maybe you'll get a discount on the screen.
Yeah. God.
Oh man. Anyway, the
Washington stock is down 6 feet.
Oh yeah.
You're so tickled by it, Leroy.
We are tickled by it.
We are
tickled by it.
I mean, Jennifer, you've had this was a day for you.
Yep.
Why?
Normally you just get to laugh at the jokes we make on each other and whatever.
Is that why you're so tickled? You're so happy. Some of this
It's a very sensitive topic. That's why we know you murdered that bird. It's kind of like when you bring up a criminal's past and he just wants to move on to his life in witness protection. You could tell something happened.
Kind of when you just want another football question.
Hey, how about those Dolphins? Yeah, you know who they play week 3? Washington.
Leroy? Don't talk to me tomorrow. Don't talk to me tomorrow. I don't want to hear it.
Come on, there's nothing a good granola can't fix.
He would have loved seeing Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. Oh boy.
You think Washington would have been upset to learn that John Wall officially retired? I really thought John Wall was going to end up on the Heat one day. Just for a cup of coffee. He always felt like he
You
was
remember when he
around.
came into the league, they were like, oh, y'all this dancing and whatever. He was Kyrie. He handled the ball and moved like Kyrie.
He was fast.
He just got hurt.
He was super fast. Very good player.
Fast.
He also got the first holy bleep max.
Yep.
Like
he played 2 days after that.
Yep. Good thing about guaranteed money, though.
Yep.
Didn't lose a penny of it. And what do the Wizards do? Be like, we should do that again with Bradley Beal.
I know. Hey, you know what? You ever notice that bad teams in all the various sports always make those ridiculous moves?
Yep.
And part of the reason is when you're a bad organization, okay, and you're struggling, you got to pay more for the star than, say, a Lakers or a Heat or Boston. You know what I mean? Like Boston, you max, yeah, okay, you're not, okay, how much? Boom, done, right? But if that same guy says, I'm going to test the market and you want to go somewhere like right now it'd be Portland or Utah, or you talking about somebody like that, then they got to pay max just to get you to leave where you are.
Yep.
It happens in all the sports. Just ask Deshaun Watson.
Well,
who got $230 million guaranteed from Cleveland.
That's a show for today, everybody. We will talk to you rascals tomorrow.
Not if I make it through the day.
Spo has, did you hear Spo the other day?
What? You're J-Fizz.
I'll see y'all when I see y'all.
Sports.